that JJ Redick bag. He got more.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We ain't gonna talk about that, but we done with the 90s. Except when it comes to
Leave the 90s alone.
we done with the 90s.
Not 90s R&B though. Not 90s R&B though.
What's good, chat? Welcome to another episode of the Press Box. I'm here with the double champ, Trent Random, my co-host and brother, Bama, and the people's champion, Jalen Carter.
I'm
But
just trying
fellas,
to
we are in NFL free agency. It hit 12 o'clock, chat. And really the NFL wasted no time to get into the moves. So let's just set the tone. I mean, I don't even understand like where do we begin? I mean, obviously there are so many stories now. I feel like I damn near sent y'all the topics too early because shit, it hit 12 o'clock. And we got hit with mink. But the story I want to get to first, just because I got my own agenda to push anyway, so I want to hear what y'all got to say, fellas. Tee Higgins requests a trade from the Cincinnati Bengals. I think we all saw that coming. I don't even think that's surprising to most of us. But with that being said, what team do you give the best shot to land Tee Higgins? And also, do you think the Cincinnati Bengals are gonna do Tee Higgins, a service, like send him where he wants to go, not do him bogus and just send him wherever he gets the big deal? Does he deserve that type of credence with the team? So the double champ, we're gonna let you set the tone, champ.
I think everybody knows match made in heaven. Like him and T-Law reunite with the Jags. I think that's the favorite to where Tee Higgins is probably going to go.
Jags
already personally, I've been talking about this shit for damn near 2 years now. Since the Jags got the Bills' number 2 receiver and Gabe Davis, he's out of there. I think the Bills should try to go, like, I don't know, just go all out on Tee Higgins. Go get Tee Higgins. I think him with Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, you can finally have a good-ass wide receiver too to benefit off Stephon Diggs. So when it comes playoff time, your boy doesn't get double all the time. You actually work in the playoffs. But I actually really believe it though. I ain't gonna lie. I think he's going to the Jags. Like, I think it's a match made just for him going to Jags. Him reunite with T-Law. He said himself he would love to be on with his college teammate again. Mm-hmm. So I just think that's probably the perfect match for him in Jacksonville. I ain't gonna lie.
Go ahead, Riddell.
Can you all hear me all right?
Yeah, you sure.
Okay, bet. All right, so this is
real quick. Josh Jacobs to the Packers.
That moves me, but we'll get that moves me.
That's a crazy
free agency never misses, bro.
They completely never misses.
I might have to. All right, go ahead, Riddell. We're gonna have to get into that. Thank you, Trent.
That one is interesting. Let me make sure I got my
appreciate the live news. That's crazy. That might be the best backfield in the NFL.
Yeah,
right now, yeah.
Might be the best backfield in the NFL right now in Green Bay. But go ahead, Riddell. Talk to me and talk to me. Nice.
R.I.P. AJ Dillon, man. R.I.P. AJ Dillon. So with that said, there's some realistic choices for Tee Higgins to go to, but I'm gonna push this in particular because I want something interesting on my team, the New York Giants, right? So I want Tee Higgins to go to the New York Giants. The New York Giants obviously could get Malik Neighbors or Roman Dunze. This is how everything is going to play out, right? The Giants trade up to get Jaden Daniels. Now they got our quarterback of the future. We already got Wandell. We already got Hyatt on the other side. Now we got a legit number 1 threat with Tee Higgins, and we got our quarterback of the future with Jaden Daniels. We already lost Saquon, so the offensive firepower is kind of shot right now. But let's re-spark it up, put Tee Higgins on the New York Giants, get him paid. He's going to get paid, and he can officially be that number 1 receiver that he thinks he is, and he can show out on a big market. So Tee Higgins, come to the New York Giants. Come on.
Go ahead, Random.
If I'm the Bengals, I'm trying to get Tee Higgins out the AFC, in my opinion, because dear God, I don't want him to land in one of my rivals. But I'm looking at a team that immediately puts him in some kind of immediately turns heads. The Arizona Cardinals, they have the cap space to get him. You get him and Marvin Harrison, immediately give Kyler in that offense. Like you're immediately looking and oh my God, that team is kind of nasty. With I forget his name. He beat cancer. What's his name?
James
his name.
Conner.
Thank you very much. With that offense immediately has some firepower to it. You wanna maximize Kyler's contract. And I think for the Bengals, he's no longer your problem. He's in the NFC, and with that kind of firepower on their offense, all you have to do going into the draft now is focus on fixing that defense. That team could find itself. I'm not saying in NFC championship contention, but all of a sudden they're a team to definitely watch and a playoff contender, in my opinion, if he goes to Arizona Cardinals.
Jalen.
Yes, sir. All right.
Talk to me, bro. Are you locked in or what today, bro?
I'm locked in.
You get on that basketball bag. I don't know if you be prepared when you come here, bro.
You know what
they
it is?
sleeping on you. So talk to me, bro. What should we do with Tee Higgins, man?
Let me tell you something. This is what we gotta do with Tee Higgins. There's actually a couple options, a couple teams that can use a true kind of number one wide receiver. I think the Indianapolis Colts getting Trent Richardson back, giving him a piece of Tee Higgins.
Trent Richardson.
Oh, hey.
Anthony. Anthony, okay, getting their QB back, Anthony Richardson, getting him back, right? Giving him a real number one wide receiver, getting him a real number one wide receiver.
Pittman shot.
100%. Yeah, no, Pittman to me has never been a real number one.
Bag, though.
Yeah, he's more of a number two guy too. So being there, you have Jonathan Taylor. That's a playoff team. You add Tee Higgins to that team. I think that's 100% a playoff team. Tee Higgins can do big over there. He's going to be there. He's going to get all the targets he needs over there. So I like that. 2, and the Chicago Bears. Look, it looks like they're moving off from Justin Fields. They're going to draft Caleb Williams. Give Caleb Williams Tee Higgins. Give him that wide receiving core with the Bears. They have the money. I like that. But lad, this is one that's more of a reach. But I think this could really put them over the top for a real Super Bowl run. And they have the money because CJ Stroud is still on that rookie contract. Tank Dell, Nico Collins, still on those rookie deals. They want to go all in, front load the money, get Tee Higgins in there. You all in. You making a Super Bowl run. That wide receiver core might be the best wide receiver core in the league. With those boys adding Tee Higgins in there, I mean, those are the 3 teams I'm really kind of looking at.
Would they let Tee Higgins stay in the AFC though?
I mean, look, I think it depends on the package they receive. I understand your concept.
Yeah, it depends on that.
Yeah, that draft pick they get, whatever they get.
Yeah. I'm Bengals. I'm like, go to the NFC teams only, please.
You're not gonna single out a whole conference. That's crazy.
They've done that before.
If anything, they're not gonna trade him to that division. I was about to say they might not trade him to the division, but that's pretty much.
Like for instance, I don't think let's just say the Chiefs had the
well, yeah, obviously
they're not letting the Chiefs get him. I don't think they're letting the Chargers get him. I don't think they're obviously their division going to get him. And even the Bills, I don't think they let the Bills get him either.
Yeah, so 2 powerhouses and a soon to be, if we believe in hardball, a soon to be powerhouse in the Chargers in the division. Everybody else, I don't think they're really sleeping because the Bengals think they're a team that is on par with the Chiefs. So I'm not going to send them to teams that they feel are on par. Let's be real,
baby. The only reason I'm saying even the Texans, because you saw what they did, they're coming. I'm not trying to give them.
But you can't be scared of teams. You can't just be frightened of every single team in the AFC.
Okay,
and also, hold on.
I still want to get your thoughts on the question because G baby, I still want to hear your thoughts on Tee Higgins, and Lonnie, I want to hear your thoughts on Tee Higgins as well.
Well, Trent took mine. Send that man back to his quarterback in college. If you want to replicate success, we saw what happened when Jamar Chase got Joe Burrow. We saw what happened.
And that also aligns with your agenda.
It does. However, since he took mine, this is very much probably not going to happen. But if a team, let's just say they take that logic, I'm not going to trade him to a team in the AFC, NFC teams only. Mm-hmm. There's a team that could probably make a pay for it and really establish we're in win now mode. We almost got there last year. Let's do it again. Let's do it this year. Mm-hmm. And there's 2 teams that can do it, either the Packers or the Lions. If they really want to solidify, hey, we're competing for that NFC title. The Packers, look what they just did this year. They really should have won, but Jordan Love turned into prime Brett Favre in the last minute 30. And those weapons are all young. Tee Higgins can be that veteran, open up for some other guys. And then the Lions. Amon-Ra, Sam Laporta, and the Tee Higgins combo with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs back there, which, mind you, a lot of them are still on rookie deals as well. Other than David, everybody else is on a rookie deal. You get old boy Tee Higgins over there, that offense that was already elite gets even better.
Yeah. Do you think the Bengals want a wide receiver for him? Because they're still trying to compete.
They'll draft one.
They'll probably draft one. But Lonnie, what are your thoughts on Tee Higgins?
Well, for G Baby's point, I think the Packers would be the last place because they have Watson, they have Dobbs, and then Reed balled out, and I thought Reed has a potential to be like maybe a 1B with Christian Watson like next year. But I think the Saints would be a perfect situation. I feel like him across from Chris Olave, and then Rashid could be your 3 to like stretch the field, and then you still have Alvin Kamara, and then they could definitely push for a playoff spot because that little division is wide open with the Bucks and the Falcons, and then we don't have to really talk about the Panthers next year. Sorry, Bama, but no. Also, the Panthers would be the Panthers would be a good option too, because Bryce needs anything. Because Mingo ain't it. Thielen's only getting older. Miles Sanders was a bust. So they need some type of weapon.
Man, stop it. That was the worst.
You know, it's crazy. When I said that last year, everybody said
I do want to point out though.
Stop it. No running back is surviving.
J-Rob, he was terrible. J-Rob, he was terrible.
I do want to point out though. A few weeks ago when we were talking about future running backs, I did say Josh Jacobs to the Packers, and people were looking at me like I was weird. So I was just like, hey, it made sense to me, but what do I know?
When it comes to run blocking, no O-line is bad at blocking the pass and bad at blocking the run. I would never believe that in the NFL. Miles Sanders was just ass.
Chuba Hubbard was better than him.
Usually the run game helps bad O-lines, but if you're a bad running back, it's not going to benefit anybody.
So,
you know what's so crazy, man?
Then why couldn't Bryce Young figure that shit out if they had a?
He's not a running back. He needs a pocket. He's running for his life. I guarantee you, he would have gave better production getting handoffs versus fucking.
Don't start, J-Rob. Don't start.
I'm not even trying to start. I'm saying I think Miles Sanders was not good. I want to make sure I'm very clear on that. I just feel like at the end of the day, I don't think most players are thriving in that situation at all, to be honest. And if to me, if you're a player that needs things to be like Miles Sanders, he had a great O-line in Philadelphia. He's not, if we all know that that's what he needs to be effective, going to Carolina where that shit is garbage, he was never going to thrive in that situation. And a lot of y'all called it before the season started that he wasn't going to thrive in that situation. So let's be real about that.
I mean, I called how bad their situation was, but zero, because the thing is,
I'm not saying he's good. I don't want to sound like that, but like
J-Rob, everything you said, I literally said what happened. I was like, that O-line is bad. Adam Thielen is their only somewhat weapon, and he's old. But I got called a hater for saying when people said they was going to win the division at 9-8, and I was like, bro, this is. I was like, they're going to be struggling with the Falcons. I said they was going to be struggling with the Falcons. And turn to find out, Falcons were way better than them.
Hey, real quick, J-Rob,
go ahead.
I said y'all lost Bryce Huff.
Who?
Oh yeah, I figured we was losing.
Jets?
Bro.
He went to the Eagles.
Yeah, I figured we was losing Bryce Huff, bro. Okay. Yeah, I figured. I don't think we could keep everybody, bro. But the reason Bryce Huff. I like Huff too. He's nice, but he's a good pickup for the Eagles. I mean, I figured somebody was gonna. You know how I feel about the football. Go get that bag, bro.
WNFL.
I do have one more team that I do think it's realistic for Tee Higgins to go to, and I do think they need weapons, so it makes sense, and that's the New England Patriots. Like the Patriots are going to draft a quarterback. We know this in the top 3 pick, and they are lacking tremendously in terms of the weapons department. So they can throw a bag at Tee Higgins because they have a lot of cap, and they're going to put some draft capital for Tee Higgins as well, and probably get another receiver later on in like the 3rd round to kind of, hey, let's get Drake May, let's get Tee Higgins, let's get this other receiver, and shore up that receiving room. That's probably, in my opinion, the most realistic place for Tee Higgins in terms of a team that is willing to do anything to get that guy. So I think the Patriots really might go for
him. You niggas said, I said every team but the team I was supposed to say.
Steelers.
The team that I know needs a motherfucking receiver more than anybody. Excuse my language, but like, did y'all nobody rocking with the Jets, Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall? Y'all always talking about all these goddamn weapons and shit.
They got Aaron Rodgers.
Why can't shut up?
Alan Lazard, though.
Hold up. That's who Aaron Rodgers wanted. That was his guy.
Yo, y'all blowing my.
J-Rob, do not let J-Rob off the hook.
Lazard,
You ride with your quarterback.
do this to me.
Quarterback wanted.
Y'all dead not
J-Rob,
about to
I'm
do
gonna need you
this
to
to
hold
me.
that.
Y'all gonna do this to me for real?
A-Rod said,
That early bird
like,
discount.
A-Rod, you want us to draft some more rookie receivers? A-Rod said, no.
Where's Randall Combat? Where's Randall Combat? Where's Randall
Hey,
Combat?
hold on, talking about J-Rob. Hold on, talking about J-Rob. Didn't you tell us when we first did the draft who the Jets get it? Nigga, when I told you get a receiver, you said no. You told me no.
Exactly.
So all of a sudden,
Lazard juice. He was drinking the Lazard juice.
Yo, this is the problem. Y'all know J-Rob don't die on no hills. Random. I don't take pages out of your book, brother. I ain't dying on that mountain. I'm rolling down that motherfucker. I'm rolling down the mountain.
Hey, I remember you drinking all the juice.
I'm jumping down the mountain. Listen, I know. Listen, I know you'll die on the hill. I'm rolling down the hill. I know. I said I didn't want a receiver a year ago. But listen, fellas, J-Rod could be wrong. I was wrong, y'all. I need a wide receiver bad. I need a receiver bad, y'all. Bad. We're cooked. I want Tee Higgins. I'm so desperate for a wide receiver too, a real wide receiver. I will trade the 10th pick in the draft for goddamn.
Wow.
If it meant Devontae Adams, if it meant Tay Adams for 3 great seasons of football, take this.
You said Devontae.
Yeah, I thought you meant Tee Higgins. I thought you said Tee Higgins.
I thought you were going to say Tee Higgins. I was like,
no, not relax. I'm just showing y'all my desperation I'm trying to show you the level of desperation I want. Like, that's why I'm praying to God somebody takes Malik Neighbors before Rome. I would love for Rome to fall to 10. If it was a possible.
J-Rob, real quick though. To Chicago.
J-Rob, real quick though.
You know it, bro. You know it.
J-Rob,
I'll be hurt, bro.
Would it not work to fix your O-line first before you get a weapon for
Tyron Smith is up for grabs. You think we're not up in that? I promise you, Tyron Smith might be a Jet before y'all know it. I'm telling you.
So if you don't get him,
when it comes to O-linemen, I love rookies, but I just feel like the way we are as a team right now. I would prefer, as constructed, for us to go get a veteran on our offensive line because right now with a Aaron Rodgers, I feel like our window for a championship is really 2 years, and so maximizing that, I'd rather have for that position of vets. O-line is scary.
Okay, so
J-Rob, you talk about Tyrone Smith. Aaron Rodgers literally got his OC and his receiver. You think he's not gonna get his left tackle?
Bakhtiari. About to get Bakhtiari. Yo, he's got to remake the Packers on New York, bro.
He got his OC. He got his wide receiver too. He's about to go get his left tackle, J-Rob.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you right now, if we get Bakhtiari and he gets hurt, or he doesn't play these 2 seasons, that we probably gonna end up getting him.
Play next season. Go hit
Yo, you remember 2021 J-Rob when I used to talk about Rodgers back then?
Yeah.
I'm bringing that nigga back out.
Yeah, we need that nigga.
I'm bringing that nigga out.
I think Bakhtiari retired.
I'm bringing him out.
He didn't. He got released.
I'm saying, like what Early said, he need to go the fuck home. He need to retire.
I'm bringing 20.
He's not going to though because he can go play with his boy Aaron Rodgers.
He can go support
the old guy out.
Bro, his
hey, look, just like Shaq. Hey, David Bakhtiari in New York can be like Shaq in Boston. He's just going. He's just there for the ride. He's there for the ride.
So
that's exactly what he be.
The New York Jets have a little bit over $20 million in cap space. Are you willing to use all of that on T? You're going to use all of that on T?
I mean, we're not going to have to pay Huff. I think we probably end up dropping some bread too. I mean, listen, if there's an opportunity where we could lose that money on Lazard, I promise we're gonna try to drop some cap. We're gonna try to free up some more cap space.
You're taking Lazard. This is the NFL. The NBA just
Lazard is not that. Lazard is a great wide receiver for blocking receiver. You know, you put him in certain packages to run block. You know.
You know what the problem is though?
He's not a guy though. Like he's really he's a Jag, bro. It is what it is.
But that's crazy. But you know what? You know what's so crazy about that though, J-Rob?
Even no disrespect, I can't do it.
No. I feel what you mean. But you know what the problem is though, J-Rob? Who's your quarterback?
My guy Aaron Rodgers.
Lazard's best.
And he's the one who brought him there. What you mean?
Yeah, but you gotta think. I'm gonna shoot him some bail though. He got catfished. He wasn't expecting that. You gotta think. When he got Alan Lazard as a young pup, he's seeing his growth and development. He thought he was going to be better in the Jet situation. And when you align with a guy like Garrett Wilson, who we know them, who shit, some believe is better than AJ Brown. On some publications, they think he's at that level. I think he's an elite tier receiver too, honestly. I just think he has to prove it with the statistics to back up what I think he is. So,
but can't you not argue that Zach Wilson was so putrid? That's why Alan Lazard wasn't able to.
No. Look.
No, I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question.
You're trying to be nasty right now.
Nobody was saying Alan Lazard's going to be crazy, but we were at least expecting him to be decent because he's next to Garrett Wilson.
Right.
That nigga was dropping.
But that was with Aaron Rodgers throwing the football. No, not with Zach Wilson.
With Zach Wilson.
Because
he was terrible.
Also, J-Rob,
but that's not what I'm not arguing. No, J-Rob, I'm not arguing that. That's not what I'm arguing. I know Alan. Even when Alan Lazard first got there, when Aaron Rodgers had his whole wish list, I was like, okay, that's not going to do anything.
It's not moving the needle.
I'm about to say, J-Rob, don't let G-Baby talk to you. His team ain't been making right moves either. That Mac Jones trade, I'm still trying to figure out why they traded for him at all.
All right, so we could actually talk. So we could get into the Mac. We could get into the Mac Jones thing in a second, but I do want to ask y'all. I do want to say this about Mac Jones because we can talk about that real quick, but we gotta get back to our topics. My only thing is we gotta start having some real reality about how quarterback development is in the NFL, because the truth of the matter is Mac Jones, and listen, we could say he's whack and this, that, and the third. Again, this is another situation when I came up here and said what I said about Justin Fields, and we listen to the Trents of the world and these guys out here that say these guys are just purely ass. But at the end of the day, tell me how Mac Jones was going to succeed in New England. There was no way he was finna succeed in that situation. And I understand maybe they brought in Bill O'Brien and things of that nature, but this is why I say when you picking these quarterbacks in the first round, all that potential shit y'all trying to tell me, the J.J. McCarthy, this, that, and the third, yeah, that's cool. But if he ends up in a situation like that where he has to be developed, he's screwed. He is absolutely screwed. And that's why I looked at Caleb Williams going to Chicago. Like, that's not a short thing because the history in Chicago has never been good for a guy like him. Lonnie, I know this is your team, Lonnie, and then random, y'all could go. I know this is your team, so go ahead, Lonnie.
So the truth about Mac Jones is that his ceiling was around being like a mid-level tier quarterback, but he was put in like one of the worst situations in the league. Of course, I'll let Random talk about the whole defensive coordinator as your OC and all that other stuff, but our best weapon was what? Kendrick Bourne?
Yep.
Nelson Aguilar was like his most productive wide receiver. So, like, he was like at most a 15-16 quarterback in the league.
Right.
And, did Kirk go to Atlanta?
4 years!
No way!
Wait, time out. I was called crazy on the debate for saying that. Remember that debate against Trent? He was asking me what quarterback's going there. Kirk Cousins, maybe?
Oh my God,
I thought it was crazy.
Bro, they was hating, but yo, Jalen, we know why you lost, bro. They was hating.
I know.
We established it.
Shout out
No. How much did they pay?
Remember when I argued with you and I told you
I didn't, but I ain't say 4 yet. Nigga, he's gonna be 40 by the end of the deal.
How much did they pay?
Stupid.
Stupid.
Atlanta is going nowhere. Atlanta's going nowhere. They just signed a 36-year-old quarterback off of a torn Achilles.
How much did they pay?
Bro, I don't care how much they're paying. It's 4 years.
No, you know why I need to know? No, you know why I need to know? G baby, you know why I need to know the pay? Because Top Right does not think that Brock Purdy is on his bag. He's about to come up on his bag. And what I've been trying to tell you, Top Right,
how much is this? His agent is good. His agent get hella guaranteed money.
I can't.
G-Baby, they about to pay.
They released Arik Armstead. Why? Because they not going to have enough.
I know everything money, and I know how these corporations choose to out their money. I gotta run a budget.
Here he goes.
Of people that make way more than me, and they constantly tell me about how cheap they are. Oh, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do this. My school had to fight for a full year to get a $5 increase to be able to tip a driver for when you get dropped off from your airport to your hotel.
Well,
California for a whole year.
Bugging,
so now y'all finna talk about the NFL with the same similar type of white man.
NFL,
frugal.
California.
Frugal.
Hold on.
Y'all talking about Kirk Cousins.
What Bama is refusing to say is that California schools are different. Even community college, they don't give scholarships in California for community college.
Well, but what I'm
they
saying
don't do
is,
that. The rules in California are way different, though.
But that's where the San Francisco 49ers owner is in California. Also, that's just corporations in general. Kirk Cousins already pulled off he already pulled off a GTA heist in the beginning when he went to Minnesota and he got
all that guaranteed.
That was the original GTA heist. So of course, again, what you bargained for in the NFL, y'all right. What you bargained for, you can't go down. So once Minnesota paid Kirk Cousins and opened up Pandora's box with Kirk Cousins and said, yeah, bro, we'll pay you a fully guaranteed contract, 3 years, $84 million. My nigga, everybody else has to pay him a fully. His agent won't allow it. Like, bro, this team already agreed on this. I'm not going to allow y'all to give me anything less than a fully guaranteed contract.
I don't see the contract details out yet, though. Like,
I haven't seen
it's not out. No, it's not out yet.
It's going to be fully guaranteed.
Hey, but Bama, here's my problem.
Bama,
here's my problem with. I won't even say problem. Here's my
Kirk getting a fully guaranteed contract, Bama.
No, I don't think.
No.
Okay, guys, I wouldn't have took Kirk Cousins in that first 3 year, $84 million fully contract deal.
That's crazy.
No,
let alone now. But what I'm saying is, based off of when Minnesota accepted, it's like all the NFL accepted that contract from Kirk Cousins. They're not going to give you less. You don't go back if you have some sort of value, right? So based off of what Kirk Cousins had, even though he got injured, he was still playing at an exceptional level. So you can't be like, oh, bro, we're going to backtrack you and put you on this type. Nah.
You want to know where I would, Bama? You want to know my pushback on that? I would hear you for sure if this man wasn't 36 off a torn Achilles.
Yeah.
If he wasn't 36 off a torn Achilles, because I'm not going to lie. I feel like the Aaron Rodgers and the Tom Brady, I feel like right now the NFL, they're looking at that and they're thinking that's everybody. Quarterbacks just don't play till they 40 on the regular like this. They don't. Like, that's not usual. Like, that's not a normal thing. Those are exceptions. Drew Brees, exception.
Tom Brady, massive exception.
Exactly. Those are anomalies.
You should never be able to play at MVP level when you're over 40. You should never be able to accept that.
Exactly. So those
not
are
an MVP level.
And so people see one person do it.
But my thing is, wait. But Bama, my thing is, okay. Even if you would have, if you wanted to sign Kirk,
he could have won the MVP, low-key.
But Bama,
that year.
Bama, even if you wanted to sign Kirk, right? You feel like because your window's small, you think you have a championship ready roster. Fine. 4 years, gang. 4 years. You don't even know what you're going to look like. You don't even know what you're going to look like off this tour.
I'm going to say this, though.
All I'm just saying is I agree wholeheartedly with you on that, G, baby. Kirk Cousins has always been mid.
Yeah, JJ McCarthy to the
But whoever his agent is, bro, I'm pretty sure Kirk Cousins goes from laying with his wife to going and laying with his agent because he is the GOAT. Whoever his agent is,
been balling.
I'm gonna say
this. But I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing the agent, bro. I'm not arguing. Hey, the agent is doing his job. I'm not saying anything about that. His agent, you do your job. Every agent should try to get the most money for your client. That is your job. So good job for that. But if I'm an organization, like, this is why I say, like, bro, they're looking at anomalies, bro. There's no way, even though he was playing well before he got hurt, there's no way a 36-year-old quarterback off a torn Achilles is worth a 4-year contract on a team that, let's be real. Even if Kirk Cousins gives you one good year, right? There's still no guarantee you're making the Super Bowl, but even if he gives you this one good year, after that, then what?
G baby.
Because remember, 3 of their impact players. I'm sorry, last thing. 3 of their impact players are all on rookie contracts. You're gonna have to pay them. Bijan, Kyle Pitts and Drake London are all on rookie contracts, and you gave Kirk a 4-year. So you're just going to be, you're basically delaying the inevitable. If you wanted him for a 1-year rental and then try to go get your guy to sit and wait, okay, cool. A 4-year contract game. And I promise you, like you said, when we look at this money, when this money comes out and we look at it, stupid.
Let me add this real quick.
Because the reason he left Minnesota, I'm sorry, last thing. The reason he left Minnesota is because they weren't going to give him the bag. That's why he left Minnesota.
Let me add this real quick, Trent, before you go. When Kirk Cousins got his fully guaranteed deal from the Vikings, there was a market where people like, does this mean quarterbacks only getting fully guaranteed deals after this? Right? It was set up. And then Mahomes was the next person. The NFL should be throwing all the money at Mahomes that they can, because nobody in the history of NFL football probably ever will after was Mahomes what? MVP, hottest start in NFL history, plus a Super Bowl. He could have asked them for that $500 million guaranteed. Mm-hmm. And he let the Chiefs off the hook. When you go look at that 10-year, $500 million deal, that is mad team friendly. He let the NFL off the hook. The quarterback.
Talking about Mahomes?
Talking about Mahomes. Yeah. Because the quarterbacks after Kirk Cousins should have been like everybody making guaranteed money.
They did already.
And Mahomes let them off the hook. He really did.
So go ahead, champ. Go ahead, champ.
I was gonna say, let's just. I know it's a 4-year deal, but let's just wait to see like what the money is.
There's a reason why they're hiding the numbers.
Let's see how that is first.
Facts.
There's a reason why they're hiding the numbers.
Facts. That's the reason they hide that number right now.
It's coming out. It's coming out.
I ain't gonna lie. I think that contract might make me throw up, y'all.
It might. All I'm saying is though, look. Even though I say 4 years is crazy, they finna win a division though.
I was gonna say,
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Yes. Hey, let's talk about it.
Bro.
Like the Saints?
Wait, time out. Give me a G-Babe, what you mean, am I sure?
Because you don't know what you're going to look like after torn Achilles at age 36. What are you talking about? No, stop. Trent, you're smarter than that, bro. You're smarter than that, Trent.
The reason why I say that. Look, this is why I'm going to say that.
Hold on, Trent. Before you go, hold
on, let me finish.
No, because y'all losing me with this Trench.
Okay, I understand. Okay, look, I understand why.
Come on,
we're saying. I understand why, because he's coming up with 20 kills at 36. Nigga, a partially torn ace Achilles. Stop. It's better than Desmond Ritter.
It doesn't mean it's enough to win the division, bro.
That don't mean it's enough to win the
division. NFC South ass. No. NFC South is ass.
I will say this.
You sleeping on a team that you're supposed to be repping, nigga.
Besides the Bucks, who else is there?
The Saints are ass. That's crazy. The Saints are ass. That's crazy.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is the reason why I'm not guaranteed. There's two reasons why I'm not guaranteeing the Kirk move is a needle mover, and they're locked to win the NFC South for two reasons. And this is why I don't understand how y'all have developed this unwavering confidence in Kirk Cousins based off absolutely no evidence. But hold on, not only that. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers already they coming off winning the division, clearly keeping a lot of the continuity back, and we already know where their flaws were in their O-line, some of the stuff in their secondary in front. If they get better as well, they're not about to just roll over because the Falcons got Kirk Cousins. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't understand why we look at Kirk Cousins as this elite needle mover, because he's never shown the ability to move the needle like y'all try to make me get behind. But if he do it with this, listen, it's the perfect opportunity to do it, because there's only one team in the conference you got to really get past. Honestly,
the biggest issue, honestly, I'm gonna say, I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, I don't care. I don't mean to curse. I'm sorry.
Nah,
y'all sleeping on the Saints? The biggest issue with the Saints, they fixed. What did they fix? Wait. That OC, the offensive coordinator, was that not the biggest issue? The play calling was horrendous.
They
just got a good OC.
So the Saints got
better. They didn't compete.
Okay, let's go to this, G. Let me ask you this. Say Kirk Cousins gets fully healthy. Say he's healthy. The Kirk Cousins that we know, the Saints have a better chance winning the ATL.
They're all in the same tier, bro. There's
Fuck out of here.
there's no equal separator, bro. There's no equal separator, bro. The Falcons
won the division.
Y'all don't see the Carolina Panthers on the side. Like,
Hold on.
Like, what are we talking about?
Hey, J-Rob, I'm with you. I don't know what they see in Kirk game.
Yeah, like y'all be dead losing me, bro. Y'all losing me. Y'all niggas be tough. Y'all would have made me believe that Kirk. Y'all would have had me believing that Kirk Cousins was motherfucking paying men the way y'all.
Nobody saying that. We didn't see quarterbacks having proven.
That's an anomaly trend. Not a Bro, you are not supposed to get. Bro, you are not supposed to get. Bro, it is not normal for 35-year-olds. No. It is not normal. No. It is not normal for 35, 36-year-olds of a torn Achilles to come back and be better.
Okay.
That makes no sense.
What do you expect Aaron Rodgers?
He knows the Achilles is a big game.
He's the anomaly. I said that earlier. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady.
Next year.
The only reason
Aaron Rodgers ain't
really
going.
a big deal with them.
I'm not saying this.
The only reason it's not a big deal is a torn, not a rupture. If it was a rupture, G baby, I will feel you. Rupture when it's a complete ripoff. Like
When did Kirk Cousins get hurt? What week?
A tear is small.
He'll
be good.
7 weeks.
We saw Terrell Suggs.
He's not starting week 1.
We saw Terrell Suggs come back 6 weeks.
He's been throwing it.
He might start week 1. He might start.
Hold on. It's different from throwing it actually playing NFL football.
Wait, but hold on.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Go back. Forget
My
hold on. With Kirk Cousins, if he's healthy, if Kirk Cousins, if he's healthy, Kyle Pitts is the third best tight end. He's gonna have the third best tight end.
If Kirk Cousins is healthy,
Kirk Cousins is healthy.
I want to make sure I'm clear. I want to make sure I'm clear about something. I'm not saying the Falcons cannot win the NFC South, and I'm not saying that they're a legitimate threat. But the way that y'all two are going to try to lock and key it, like it is a lock for the Falcons to do it, I'm not willing to go there because one, I still think the Bucs are going to be a better team next season than they were last year because one, they had one of the worst offensive lines. They had one. I'm not gonna get too crazy. I'll let you defend the Saints. I'm talking mostly about the Bucs.
Yeah, go ahead.
They had one of the worst. We will all agree they had one of the worst offensive lines in football. They did not have a great O-line. I don't think their pass rush was to the standard or their defense was to the standard that they have been. They got a lot of piece on that defense. I think they'll be better. And I like Todd Bowles. I think he's all right. But that team going to be better too. So all I'm saying is I don't think we should just look at Kirk and be like, yeah, Kirk is great. But coming off an Achilles and still the mystery of what he's going to look like, knowing that the Buccaneers are going to be better, the Saints are not going to roll over either. I mean, I don't think they are.
They never do. They never do.
It's fair to say that they'll be better than the Panthers. I think we could all agree there. But I don't think because Kirk's coming to the NFC South.
Y'all niggas finna watch y'all mouth.
But here's the thing also about the Saints. Because Trent, you think the Bucs can? When J-Rob said the Bucs can be good, you agree with that, right?
The Patriots,
bro. You think the Bucs can be better?
Guarantee they be better than the Patriots.
Yes, the Bucs are a better team than the Saints.
How they have the same record and it's not that far off. It's not that far, bro. I'm not gonna lie. No. But here's the thing. No. I'm not. No. But you're making it seem like it's a clear cut. I said it's not that far off. The Saints and the Bucs are not that far off. And wait. Whoa. Yes, Saquon the Phillies. Yes.
What's that? This is going.
I called it. Oh God, I called it.
I'm great with that.
I just want to let y'all know this though.
I'm great with that.
I just want to let y'all know this though. When it's week 6 and Saquon is 35 tush pushes in, he'll be requesting a trade again.
I told you. Did not tell y'all.
They gave him a bag. Oh,
praise the Lord for free agency.
Look, I told y'all if I'm Saquon, I'm staying in the division.
That's 100% petty. But I want Saquon to have a short year. I want Saquon to have close to 2,000 yards.
37.
Go crazy.
If Miles Sanders can hit 1,400 in that O-line, the Eagles.
Bro, Saquon's about to go crazy.
Let me just say what the contract is real quick.
He had 13 something, 1383.
Yeah,
this past year.
7.7 miles.
That bum ass nigga Miles Sanders.
Yeah, so Saquon got 37.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. The Giants are so poverty. The Giants are
Yo,
so
bro,
popular.
He got
niggas
3
kill
years,
me
37 million.
Baby, they are
Yep.
pissed.
Yeah,
me
3
off.
years, 37 million.
Hey, salute to
Hold on,
NFL free
hold on,
agency,
hold on,
man.
hold on,
Salute.
hold on,
Hold up,
hold
we
on,
gotta answer the
hold on,
original
no.
question though, J.
No,
Rob.
nigga, you hold up. Cause y'all about to all piss me
I didn't
off.
even
I'm
say
the
nothing.
fucking host. You niggas keep interrupting me. I'm trying to get a contract. I get it, y'all got shit going on. But nigga, let me get into my shit too. Don't forget, DiBiase, nigga. I'm trying to tell the contract. Y'all niggas keep interrupting me, and that shit getting on my nerves. Cut that shit the fuck out. God damn. We're not even getting back to the topics and shit, but then y'all gonna be the first niggas to ask me what's the topics for the week. Let's keep shit in order. I don't see this shit happening to Ron and them on the panel. Let's have some decorum up here, fellas.
Shit.
Now give me the contract, Trent. What was the contract?
3 years, 37 mil.
How much? What's the fully guaranteed? Does it go up to a certain max? 26 million.
26
Fire.
guaranteed.
Now go ahead, Random. What did you have to say, Random? Go ahead. I know you had
I
your
was
finger
gonna
up.
say,
Go
do you want to get back to the topic? That's all I
what?
was
Which
gonna
one?
say.
To Mac Jones?
To the Mac Jones one.
Oh, you want me to
Give
finish?
me your thoughts on Saquon and then take me into Mac Jones.
I think it's the perfect situation for Saquon. He goes to a place. While I think DeAndre Swift leaving for the bag that he did says a lot about the Eagles. They're in transition with Fletcher Cox retiring and Jason Kelce retiring. By the way, fun fact, that is 25 years of NFL experience that is leaving the Eagles locker room. So it's not just the fact that they're leaders on the team. It's the fact they also know how to handle the Philly media. It's now all of a sudden you're asking a lot more from Jalen Carter, not just on the field, but talking to the media and whoever else they find to replace Jason Kelce on the O-line. So I like the move, but I'm worried about the Eagles going forward, even though they did shore up. I like the fact that they realized the problem with their OCs and their DC and got rid of both of them and went to go get proven names with Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio. So the Eagles, at least in the coaching staff, should be better, and we'll see how that translates onto the field. But I like the move. They didn't pay that much. But at this point, we've already had questions about where the running back market is eventually going to go to, J-Rob. And God, 10 years ago, J-Rob, Saquon's getting a freaking bag.
Might have got $100 million. Might have got $100
Might
million.
have got $100 million.
Might have been
Now you're talking about a guy like Saquon only getting 37? That's crazy.
It could be worth up to 46.
Look,
it could be worth up to 46.
Like what I told G Baby literally on the gridiron. If the Eagles somehow, some way get Saquon, the Eagles back to the Super Bowl. I don't give. They back to the Super Bowl.
They might be
Bro,
the
that
favorite.
GM is a genius.
This is
their
going
O-line
to
and
be
get
the most
secondary help and
unstoppable
we'll talk.
offense in the league. You have Jalen Hurts,
Trent, fix your O-line and get secondary help and
A.J.
we'll
Brown,
talk.
Devontae Smith. Good God.
Trent, fix that O-line and get secondary help and we'll talk.
Good God.
Until then,
Dallas
I have
Goedert,
questions.
too.
It's more likely Sirianni
The only
gets
thing
fired
they
next
really
season
need
and
to
they make
get
the
is
Super
a
Bowl.
center, though. The rest of the O line is still good.
Jackson
The only
Powell-Johnson?
person they lost was Jason Kelce.
Okay,
They'll
so
be
they can't
fine.
pretend like Jason Kelce
They
just some
and they also
dude.
just need a.
Hey,
they need a-
but the rest of the O line, I don't think Jason Kelce not being there, the O line is gonna fall off a cliff all of a sudden.
Mhm.
They still got Landon Dickerson, they still got Lane
Right.
Johnson, they still got Mike Lotta. They'll be fine. Now, D line, Jordan Davis needs to take the step I need him to take. Jalen Carter, I think his rookie year was better than Jordan Davis. I think Jalen Carter's good. Jordan Davis, I need him to be that run stopper. I need him. They just signed Bryce Huff. Who's their other edge rusher? Hassan Reddick is still there. They really,
But isn't
they
he
really
exploring a
know.
They
trade?
re-signed Graham for one more year.
Yeah, like Nolan, their linebackers, Nolan Smith and the boys, they either need to be what they were drafted to be. Because remember, we were calling this team the Philadelphia Bulldogs. So they either need to be what they need to be, or go pick somebody up, go draft. I don't care what you got to do. It's really their linebacking core. And if you want to, Vic Fangio, he gonna have that secondary right. Like he gonna find his guys. Like I'm realistically, even as roster current constructed, they had their crazy fall off, but this was a team that did start 10-1. I have no doubts that they can't do that again and probably end at 12 or 13 wins and be a top 2 seed in the NFC. Simply because, let's be real, at the very least, their offense is going to score all the points of the world. You thought the tush push was unstoppable. A read option with Saquon and Jalen Hurts. My God. My God.
God damn, boy.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, if I'm well, it's Kellen Moore, so he's probably not gonna do it. But if I'm the Eagles, you know what I would do the first game? I would go my whole first half not throwing a single pass.
Oh, yeah. Real quick.
Just to show you.
Hey, J-Rob, real quick. to talk about Kirk's contract. Yo,
What's the
No.
Hold on.
180 million.
80 million.
180? 180?
That's crazy. It has to be set today. That's
crazy.
How much guarantee? How much
guarantee?
guarantee?
Crazy contract.
That's the craziest contract in football history. I don't care.
They got
that type of money for him. Is
that
crazy.
agent got tapes on people in Atlanta.
Crazy.
Ain't no way you giving Kirk Cousins off an Achilles injury 180 mil when he's 36. Off an Achilles injury.
I'd be surprised if
100 of it is guaranteed. 100 of it is guaranteed.
Yo, that agent is
You telling me?
that
agent is elite. Put that dude in the Hall
Bama,
of Fame right now.
Bama.
Oh my god.
J-Rob, put that dude in the Hall of Fame.
Stop. Wait, there's one more. There's one more. Wait, J-Rob. No, J-Rob. Wait, J-Rob. There's one more thing. There's one more thing.
I'm just gonna be
90 mil in 2024.
Yeah,
90 mil in 2024.
Look what it is. It's 50 mil as a signing bonus and the 40 mil as salary. He'll be a top 10 highest paid athlete in the world.
90 mil in 2024.
Messi money? Jalen's what you telling
so
me?
it's up
90 mil in 2024.
Hold on.
J-Rob, you giving Kirk Cousins
This
Messi
high
money?
agent walked
If
up
it's
in
up
there,
front,
right?
that's not a bad thing since they're on.
Hey,
Yeah, it's 50 million signing bonus
Hey,
up
y'all,
front.
his
That's-
agent
No,
walked
Yeah,
up
if
in
a
there.
lot of the money's up front, that is
He was like,
Riddell, I know
he was
you
like,
love Kirk.
Arthur Blank,
But you
right?
give him Messi
He
money?
like,
Wait.
J-Rod, that nigga was like, Arthur Blank, right? You the owner, right? He was like,
Yup.
your wife's name is Martha, right? He said, you got a couple kids, right? He was like, tell him you love them. Daddy, we need you. He was like, yeah, if you ever want to see these motherfuckers right here again, 100 million guaranteed,
100
nigga.
million guaranteed.
100 million guaranteed.
Giving
He
Kirk
probably was looking like
Cousins Messi money?
Now hold on,
No.
the reason he got that is because they realized they have to pay Kyle Pitts, Bijan in the coming years,
they
so
have
they
a
want to
hype.
get the money up front for Kirk now.
Man,
So
you
yes,
put
that
that
money
gun,
up
you
front.
put that gun up under the table and
I'm gonna
say,
be
hey,
honest though.
Can
I say something else though? We have to mention though. You know what this comes back to, Bama, as well.
Yo, Brock Purdy getting
They
60.
gave that bread. Listen, when y'all gave that bread, I'm gonna say it right now. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but when the Giants gave that bread to Daniel Jones,
When I said it, J-Rob,
you said it. You said
Trent
it terribly.
laughed at me when I
Also,
said
too,
it.
Yeah. Trent was being a fan.
Correct.
Trent was a fan. That's all it was.
I only have one
Straight
question.
up
How much is
said
Purdy
when I
getting?
said it.
Hold on,
My first
hold on.
question-
Purdy's getting
30,
30.
225.
Purdy's getting 60
$200
million
million.
this season. He might get 60 million.
$200 million.
Shit,
pay Brock Purdy now.
If a 36-year-old, hold on, time out.
Bama,
If
you
he
hold on,
gotta
hold on,
pay
hold on.
Purdy now.
That
Wait a
would
minute.
be
You wait a
the biggest
year, you're gonna
contract
be sitting there
Giants
like
have ever
the
hit.
Cowboys
Come on,
doing Jack
come on,
Prescott.
understand
Asking
Come on,
why they
if a
paying Brock Purdy
36-year-old
$300 million.
Wait, hold on, Random. If a 36-year-old quarterback is coming off an Achilles injury, getting $100 million for a deal, that nigga Brock Purdy about to get the Supermax.
Brock Purdy
You gotta pay
Purdy's
Brock
gonna
Purdy.
get $600
J-Rob, hold on.
He's
Bama.
200
You gotta
million.
pay Brock Purdy now to anticipate, because if you wait a year like the Cowboys did with Dak Prescott, you're gonna be sitting there wondering, oh my God, we're paying Brock Purdy 6 years, $300 million. And if he's not what Early says he is, now you're stuck. You gotta pay him now to mitigate if he doesn't elevate to where you think he is in the future. You gotta pay him now. You got to.
If
Kirk Cousins getting 4 years, 180 off of the
One
kill.
playoff win on his resume.
to your
One
point-
playoff win on his resume.
Well, to your point, and drink more water,
Yeah,
put in
more
check.
than
He's
one,
right too. I mean, the reason why they giving him that 90 million next year is because just in case this thing don't work, you got to try your best to get from under it.
And
There's a reason why they hid the numbers.
And J-Rob,
There's a reason why they
I
hid the
hear
numbers.
you.
Would you rather take that cap hit for 1 year instead of taking a cap hit for
90?
Hey, so J-Rob,
That's a smart way to do it when you have to pay the
if you want to
rookies.
say if you want to say the way they structured it is fine, because let's be real. If somebody came to you and said, "Hey, for 365 days, you're gonna get paid 90 mil," yeah, of course.
Nobody turning that down.
Here's the problem.
Jeff Bezos ain't turning that down.
If
What we
you,
talking about?
if you want to say, okay, hey, you get rid of it now just in case he sucks, he's 36, cool. You know what I would say to that though, J-Rob?
would you say
Then
that?
why sign him for 4 years?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Then why sign him for 4 years?
I'm there with you. No, I'm there with you.
Oh my God.
You could still
No. You can't. They made the contract set up as if with a fail safe in mind already. So if you already had the fail safe in mind, why don't you just sign him for 2 years and then you can re-up him? I just don't think putting yourself in a situation for 4 seasons, because this is my other thing. what if he play good one season, he get hurt again?
It
You know
could
what
be
I'm
a
saying?
player or
That's
a team
entirely
option.
possible, by the way.
It's
That's what I'm
fine
worried
having
about.
a backup
Entirely
plan. At the end of
possible.
the day, it's fine to have a backup plan. The thing is, when it comes down to the Falcons right now, they're not going to be able to get some of the a young quarterback to be the bridge. So they can definitely, at the very least, look next year when it comes to a quarterback to be a bridge after Kirk Cousins. And then Kirk Cousins is going to be there for those 3 extra years after next year. And he can not only be with the team and teach that other quarterback, but if he is good, then that's long success for the next 4 years. Because keep in mind, the Falcons are tired of being mediocre. And this roster is good enough to compete right now. They were terrible in terms of quarterback play, but they were still competitive and they still could have won the division.
Did the Falcons have an out
here's
in
my
Kirk Cousins
pushback.
contract at all? Or is he just there for 4 years? Do they have an out at all?
The 100 guarantee.
I know they're good next year.
No,
this
is what they did with Daniel
Jones.
Jones. Look, so random to answer you, and then Riddell, I'll get to you. To answer you, random, they put 100 of the 180 in the first 2 years. Just like with Daniel Jones, they put 80 out of his 160 in the first 2 years. That's what they did with Kirk. Now, Riddell, to you, you said 2 things. One, you said the Falcons are tired of being mediocre. Kirk Cousins was the answer, I guess.
That's
2,
crazy.
Yep.
2. The other thing is you also said, oh, they're not going to be able to get one of the quarterbacks and yes, they can. Yes, they could have. Maybe not in the first 3 picks, but they could have. They could have. This is a deep quarterback class. They could have sat somebody behind, even if you still sign Kirk. They could have sat somebody behind Kirk. They could have sat somebody behind Russ.
Oh,
I think JJ, his stock has gone up because he won the national championship.
He might go sooner.
I don't think he's going to be in the second round, but Spencer Rattler would have been there.
Gotten him. You could have
Bo Nix would have been there. Michael Penix was.
Bro, come on.
Bo Nix is going in the second round. I promise you, he's not a first round quarterback.
round.
He's going in the second round.
Already put Bo Nix. ESPN is Bo Nix heavy today.
He has an
That's why I'm saying they could have got one of those quarterbacks in the second round. Because let's be real, next year. I'm not going to hold you. We'll see what happens. They might shock us. But let's be real. Next year, if you're not drafting Quinn, if you're not drafting Shador, and maybe Carson Beck, I'm not really moved. For it. Now, they could come
maybe Jackson Dart might be nice. He could be nice next year.
Maybe those quarterbacks might come in and ball and change our perspectives. But I'm not going to lie. As it states today, looking forward, if you're not drafting Quinn, and let's be real, Quinn should have came out this year. But Texas re-upped and they gave him the bag. No. Quinn would have been he would have been a day 2 guy if he came out this year. But let's be real. The Texas, they re-upped. They got a demon squad over there now. And they paid him the bag. I will come back too, low-key, to get that national championship. It did wonders for JJ McCarthy. So look at his stock now. So I get it. But if you're not drafting Quinn, if you're not drafting Shador, maybe Carson Beck and to J. Ross' point, Jackson Dart, come on.
But that's why there's only 2 options for the Falcons right now. They want to be competitive. Similar to the Steelers, they're tired of these young quarterbacks. Desmond Ritter's not it, bro. They're tired of it. They want to be competitive, which is why they want to see, okay, Kirk, with this roster, with this young talent where we don't have to pay some of our stars, what can you do coming up? And it turns out either gets hurt or they're just trash. It was like, he wasn't the answer. He wasn't the answer. So we'll have him consistently. We'll be mid, maybe get a quarterback if the following year, if we're really that bad, and pick up a quarterback in the early picks. Or if they aren't that bad and they are good, then they'll just keep on going. So
but you're paying Kirk $90 million.
They better have Taylor Heineke still on that roster.
Be competitive. But NFC is wide open because we have teams like the Buccaneers and Packers.
Go ahead, Lonnie.
Beating teams and going to the Super Bowl.
$50 million signing bonus is crazy.
Historically, Achilles injuries take around 12 months to heal.
They take about a year to heal.
By far, yeah.
He's 36 years old. So, and he's not the most athletic. He's not like no athletic specimen. He's not no Josh Allen,
right.
Joe Milton. He's a basic QB. 36. So you see like 12 months, and he got hurt week 8. So at best, he's probably not going to start until like at least week 5.
I don't care if he's throwing already. I don't care about that. We saw Aaron Rodgers throwing 6 weeks after he tore his Achilles.
So who's
going
to
be but it's different though. It's different though. You got to also think he do psychedelics. He was probably a little high.
No, you're right. But to Lonnie's point,
I'm not saying.
Xavier McKinney to the fucking Eagles. Yo, they about to go.
Stop being so hyped. They're stealing our players.
They my man. What you mean?
Bro,
Yeah,
we're stealing
that's a
our
big
players,
pick.
bro.
That's
This is
a big
not
pick.
I'm not
fair.
gonna lie, bro. I love it. I love it because I
Hey,
can't
my
wait.
man.
The Jalen Hurts resurgence year is about to be crazy, and y'all
It is.
not gonna be. I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna be violating a lot of you disrespectful.
Oh, that shit might not be real. Oh, wait, hold on,
No,
hold on.
call
This is-
early.
Okay, real quick to finish my
J-Rob.
point.
Go ahead,
Ah,
Lonnie, go ahead.
Trent got duped.
Yeah, I got ball sack. I got ball sack. Fuck. I got ball
Let him
sack. Fuck.
finish. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Alright,
Go
no,
ahead. Lonnie. Sorry.
You
about
said that they're tired of being mediocre, but for the first 5-6 weeks of the season, who's going to be their QB? Ritter again? So you're going to have Ritter for the first 5-6
is the better
weeks?
quarterback. You
So,
keep Taylor.
That kind of that hurts your playoff contention for the first year.
Danielle
Second
Hunter?
year, we also don't know how Kirk is
I think
going to
so, I
be
think so.
off of the Achilles. So like it just seems like a mid move because the first good half of the season, you're not going to have him. And then he has to rev himself back up, get back into playing shape while playing throughout the season, while he's 36, coming off a Achilles injury.
So just to let you in on the logistics of it, right? They're gonna call. So now that they know that Ritter isn't their guy, they're gonna call more of a conservative game plan in those first 4 to 6 games, which they do with a lot of backup quarterbacks.
How many of those games are they going to be winning?
That's why.
Playoffs.
Hold on, if you guys let me finish 1 second.
quarterback.
If you guys, I'll let y'all talk for.
Yo, do you want?
Yes,
Yo,
So
come on now.
if you look at what the Cowboys did with Cooper Rush, they ran a very conservative game plan to where it had them ignorant Cowboy fans. Oh, we can win a Super Bowl with Cooper Rush. But once you drop the responsibility of a starter on them, and hey man, I'm gonna give you 3-4 plays, or I'm gonna give you 2 to 3 plays in this, all that, break the huddle, you make sure the possession, all of that, bro, that puts a whole different stress on guys like Cooper Rush, Desmond Ritters. So now coming into camp, Ritter knows, hey man, unfortunately, you're not that guy. So we're gonna have this backup game plan for you, which normally guys like Ritter succeed. Somebody like Mac Jones succeed in those backup scripts. So therefore, in those 4 to 6 games, watch what I tell you. They go rely on that defense, run game, which Intel would help that defense. And their defense really wasn't that bad. It was just they were just put in horrible situations due to how trash Desmond Ritter was. So they could probably win an easy 3 to 4 to probably all 6 games until Kirk get there, and then go from there. Because look, you got Drake London.
Let Jalen go next, y'all.
No, I'm saying they easily could, but they easily could with that game plan. You got Drake London, Bijan, Kyle Pitts. All of these dudes right here is basically like lightning in the bottle, waiting for the chance to take that next step forward in their career. So I feel like Kirk is coming into, like, even though it's Kirk Cousins and we know who he is, but if we just look at it realistically from an X's and O's standpoint, based off what Kirk Cousins do, y'all keep bringing up that Achilles. But when has Kirk Cousins ever been a fucking read option type quarterback that relies on his athleticism?
That's not the point. It's a
He doesn't do that. The number one big problem Kirk Cousins used to have is he's a statue in the pocket.
I don't know if those work in the league anymore though.
But Achilles, bro, you need some kind of mobility. J-Rob, do you not need some kind of mobility to play quarterback now? Even if,
I think it's
Brady, for as slow as Brady was, his biggest thing was that he was pocket mobile.
The type
you
of
need to have that in the league.
And Achilles is not it. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. Y'all not bringing up his
pocket mobile. Just because you're not running 10 yards downfield doesn't mean you can't be pocket mobile.
I am worried about what Aaron Rodgers is. But I am worried about what Aaron Rodgers is going to look like, bro. Aaron Rodgers.
I asked those questions when Aaron Rodgers got hurt and Kirk Cousins.
I'm scared about what
you're talking about somebody. Aaron Rodgers even more who tore his Achilles at 40.
J-Rob, the reason why we're not really tripping off of it though is because they don't just have to move. Like, for instance, somebody like Justin Fields or Anthony Richardson, if they blew their Achilles, like, bro, that is a percentage of their whole game, bro. Like,
I agree with that.
That's like cutting a fucking leg off. It's like, bro, something that you really need to do in order to be an NFL player, you can't do it anymore. Versus someone like Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins.
Aaron Rodgers relies on his mobility more than most quarterbacks. What are we talking about?
But what I'm saying about it, Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers compared to Kirk Cousins, I mean, Aaron Rodgers' improvisational skills within the pocket, his ability to move,
one of the best of all time.
I worry about what I'm truly worried about what he's going to be, because to me, it's not also just about his ability to be mobile, because I understand he is a pocket passer regardless. He's not going to wow anybody with his legs. But what scares me about his injury is, one, the age, same with Rodgers, the age, But
It's about to be
also
40,
it's the,
J-Rob.
it's
It's about to
the
be 40
torque-
at the start of the
it's
season.
the fact. It's the torque in which they're going to be able to throw the ball to. I do worry about, there's still a level of confidence you have to have when you come back. There is a bit of a learning curve. Listen, he's at his age with his injury, he probably has the best medicine, best doctors, and obviously we know his agent is an absolute dog. But the truth of the matter is, there's still so much mystery that scares me about him, and that's just the truth. Because again, I've never looked at Kirk the same way y'all have looked at Kirk. I think he has a lot of great career yards, a lot of great numbers, but I think there's more to being a quarterback than your stats. So, I'm just really worried about his development. I'm worried about his old ass coming back and the way he's going to look like, especially because of the way his game is. But I'm not saying that y'all are wrong, because y'all are also true to the fact that he's not going to be running this shit. It ain't like he running read option and all of that. So, I do agree there, but I'm definitely a little nervous about what he's going to look like, though.
Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles October 29th. All right, so that's what October 29th, that week of it. So the general timeline is 9 to 12 months to get back into the field. Obviously, with modern medicine and all that, I think it's close to the 9-month mark. Reports say on Twitter that he's expected to start week 1. They're expecting Kirk Cousins to be the starting quarterback week 1. He's expected to come back. Now, how he's going to perform, 100%. You don't know how a player is going to react coming off an injury like that, if he's going to be confident in his foot. Those are 100% legit question marks. But I think, again, when you have a guy with Kirk Cousins, what we've seen him, what he can do, I think Kyle Pitts is finally free. Kyle Pitts might be the leading receiver for Titans next year. I would not be shocked. Bijan Robinson is freed. Having a quarterback now, he's not going to see the stack boxes. Bijan Robinson might be, Drake London. He's going to be a 1,000 receiver. I think that's what I'm saying. How many teams can legitimately say they have a top 3 tight end in the league? They have a top 5, a top 3 running back in the league. Drake London is one of the better number 2 wide receivers in the league. That offensive package for them.
Number 2.
He's a number 1.
Oh, sorry, number 1. Yeah, I'm thinking Pitts. I think Pitts is so great. He might be the number 1 option in the package.
I mean, he probably could be the number 1 option, though. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's it. I think Kyle Pitts is that guy. Yeah, so Drake London, one of the better wide receivers. That offensive weapon with the Kirk Cousins, yes, again, the injury is there, but even if he gives me 80% or 90% of what he was in Minnesota, this team is dangerous. This team can make the playoffs. This is going to score with the best of them. That defense is going to be better just because you have a Kirk Cousins who's not going to leave their defense on the field all the time. Kirk Cousins is going to move the ball, get you first downs. I think this team is a real contender. This might be, I understand Saquon, all those signs are great. This might be the biggest needle mover. If Kirk Cousins can be.
Hold on, Jalen. This is my biggest question, though, about, look, obviously Kirk Cousins, 36, coming off an Achilles. Let's just say at best he does an Adrian Peterson type recovery, where he comes out and Achilles is the last great sports injury. And the biggest thing about, you don't have to run 10 yards downfield like Lamar Jackson or anybody like that, even though you do need mobility in this game as a quarterback. You need to be able to be pocket mobile. Maybe the most underrated thing about Brady was that he was pocket mobile, how he could dodge sacks and still stay in the pocket and deliver the throw. You are asking a 36-year-old quarterback, even as I partially tore my Achilles. It took me a year to be able to run track again, and I ran the 4 and the 8. Hold on, real quick, Bama. Let me finish.
Same therapy they have, though.
I understand that.
They have someone because I'm going through it right now. They got someone every day holding their hand.
I understand, Bama, but this is what I'm saying. Bama,
my mental will be a lot more easier than having to go.
Bama, I understand that. Bama, I understand that. I was in high school, so I only had whatever high school could give me. Even then, this isn't just like he's going back to regular life. He's playing at the highest level that football has to operate. And not immediately when he comes in,
what pro
I understand, is, Bama. I obviously I'm not in the Atlanta Falcons locker room. I don't have the Atlanta Falcons strength.
No, but what I'm trying to explain to you, that's like kinesiology is my realm, dude.
He's saying
what they have set up for him on a day-to-day basis. Us as regular people, even with the best health insurance of what we have, it does not compare to what they have.
I understand, but
first off, I agree with you. What I'm finna explain to y'all. First off, them dudes only go to James Andrews. If y'all don't know who James Andrews is, that's the best surgeon
in the world.
James Andrews is a dog.
They go down to James
Andrews, Surgeon Hall of Fame. J. Rob.
They go down to James Andrews. On top of them going to James Andrews, literally, they have a PT person. Like if you watch the Jalen Ramsey recovery when he tore his ACL, the reason why he came back so quick, literally when they get up out of bed in the morning, bro, it's somebody right there holding their hand like, hey, bro, let's go. Like, you got to remember, bro, they is paying these folks tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah. They're going to make sure that mental part, what you talking about, does he, bro, listen here. Once I saw Terrell Suggs in his 30s come back from a torn Achilles in 6 weeks, that's when I knew the NFL medicine was different.
No, Bama. This is what I'm saying. Look, first of all,
modern medicine.
Hold on.
Modern medicine.
This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. Until I see, this is what I'm trying to say. First of all, I got mad respect for Kirk Cousins, even though I'm a detractor of him because of what I've seen in the quarterback thing. Getting to see how he actually does his work off the field. But Achilles is the last great sports injury. I'm not gonna sing his praises until I see it. By the way, right now, in my opinion, the Bucs are still the best team in that division. I understand the NFC South is the worst division in football, but the Bucs are still the best team in that division. And this isn't just something I'm saying right now. They've been drafting well since 2017. Obviously, Brady came in there. They win the Super Bowl. They're a nasty team with him, but they kept that going. You are asking the Falcons right now with a quarterback 36 off an Achilles injury with all the modern medicine to maybe win that division. Do you think right now with Kirk Cousins, they could get to where the Bucs ended up with last year, where they had a chance to be in the NFC Championship game, where I was sitting there asking, I still believe to this point that the Bucs were still the best matchup for the 49ers to beat them. You are asking that.
Brandon,
you are asking that. I'm basically my thing is until I see somebody come back from that Achilles injury like that, I'm always going to be
skeptical. Go ahead, Riddell. Y'all let Riddell go too, because
I'm always going to be skeptical about that.
I was going to go after him.
So it's the last great sports injury. I'm not even the fact that because also I'm talking from my own personal experience. I partially tore my Achilles running track in high school. I'm a regular person. I was never the same. I couldn't run track in college, so I know how hard that rehab is for me. Obviously, he got way better medicine than I do, but I'm not going to sit there and say that they're going to be that great, even their first year where you're paying him Messi money. And I'm like, Messi, he gets paid the most in the world as a sports athlete. And I'm sitting there, you're trying to tell me that he's going to be that good. And then after that, the next year, you're talking to Pitts, you're talking to Drake London and trying to pay them. And the year after that, you got to start having conversations about Bijan paying him too. That's why I'm hesitant.
Saquon just got 3 years, 37 million. They ain't got to worry about paying him.
Max up almost damn near 50 mil though. Shout out to him. Shit.
Yo, Saquon.
I feel like that's not enough. Saquon.
I feel like it's not enough, but Bama, they were trying
enough. But that's
Bama. I ain't gonna lie, it's not enough. But no, that's not enough, Bama. But
I was looking at them RB contracts. I'm kind of tight.
It's never enough.
No, Bama. I was about to say no. That's what I said.
It's never enough for running back. That's the market now.
If they could have gave him a bag of chips on the shoulder, you know they would have did that.
They would have. They
would have signed to $1 million if they could.
Well, running back every single Super Bowl winner needs a good running game to win it all. Every single one.
Riddell, go ahead, and then G Baby go, and then I want to switch the topic because I've got to move to the title of the show, fellas. So go ahead.
All right,
Riddell, G Baby.
Gotcha. All right, last thing I'm gonna say, I completely agree with Bama and Jalen. Like, Kirk is a more pocket.
No way.
It's not. What did something break?
Aaron Jones got released.
Aaron Jones got cut. No way.
That is crazy.
No.
Yo, they
better resign him. They better resign him.
Replaced him. Oh, so they replaced him.
No. They released him because they were having talks about trying to work out an extension. It didn't happen. So I guess the news broke about Josh Jacobs before the news broke about releasing Aaron Jones.
They should have reversed that.
They downgraded. They better resign him.
I don't know.
Stop that. Yeah, stop that. Y'all boys stop that. Y'all boys stop that.
He's not better than Aaron Jones.
Stop that. Y'all boys stop that though. Come on. Let me finish. Aaron Jones also be hurt. Same injuries. He be nagging throughout the season.
Nasty.
That's it for a running back. That's a part of your resume. I'm gonna keep it a bean. It is same way. Why was one of the reasons why we was worried about Barkley and what he was going to get paid in the market?
Josh Jacobs get hurt too, so that kind of is kind of mute.
Nah, Josh Jacobs don't get hurt.
So he don't get hurt.
He does, but he
not like
plays
Aaron
through it.
Aaron
He plays through them. That's the difference. He plays through his injuries.
Yeah, he has not
The problem
been.
with Aaron Jones
This
is
whole
he-
year, Aaron Jones. If y'all also let's also remember, Aaron Jones did not play like 8-9 games. I know because he was on my fantasy team. He missed hella games. So if you're worried about his injury history and the concerns levels in which he plays at a position that is already overly
better call
under a microscope because of injury history, I completely
I
understand.
don't care that by Isaiah Pacheco. The Chiefs better call Aaron Jones. That's all I'm
No,
gonna
they
say.
shouldn't.
Aaron Jones
Right,
might be a Giant.
but Riddell, come on, let's get to you.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I want to say this though before I just want to make a public service announcement, man, because I know the NFL is a fraternity and we got a coach's son down here, man. NFL, man. If all of y'all boys can hear me, especially them boys on defense, man, could y'all please stop tackling the running back so violently, man, and let some of them boys get their bread, man? I ain't gonna say too much. About the context, but man, it's a reason why they give all of these average quarterbacks, all of them oversaturated contracts. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why they do that, even though they don't deserve it. Well, if you look at somebody going to Philly, Saquon Barkley, arguably a generational running back of this era, right? He's only getting basically $10 million a year, bro, based off of
wrong. It's wrong, Bama.
Based
I agree
off
with
of
you.
what
It's
y'all just
absolutely
said,
wrong.
the longevity and the life of the position isn't that, which is, I get it. Yes, I understand. That is very true. But based off of what value a great run game adds to an offense and to football teams, it is no reason someone like Saquon should be getting $10 million a year. It is no reason why a rookie should have been the highest paid running back in the NFL. Like, we have 2,000-yard rushers. We got guys that get 2,500 all-purpose from the backfield. Please, linebackers, DNs, everybody on defense, man, allow y'all running back brothers to get some paper, bro, because y'all know Nick Chubb is definitely finna get, if Saquon got 10 million a year, Nick Chubb about to get 5.
Nick Chubb, I pay Nick Chubb more, in my opinion.
Nick Chubb already got extended though. I'm tripping.
I pay Nick Chubb more.
I thought he did. Yeah, I thought he got paid.
Hurt Nick Chubb for real. What are we talking about?
He got to get paid, and I feel like Amari Cooper has to get paid next year for the Browns.
I just feel like I know they're gonna hold that leg injury, which is unfortunate, but like I said, bro, they just paying crumbs to these running backs.
It's just the nature of the beast, though. Like in terms of how the NFL is structured.
It's not just running backs now. Now it's linebackers and safeties are also getting paid crumbs.
I can see why linebackers get paid crumbs, because that position is the most underdeveloped position in football, not just the NFL. In football.
Everyone can't get paid. Everyone can't get paid.
I understand that.
Wait. Time out. Hold on, y'all.
Hold on.
Let's not get too lost in the tangent. Riddell, did you get your point across or no?
No.
Go ahead. And then G baby. Let's not go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just make this real quick. I think the Falcons are going to get even better. Dallas Turner, they're going to get him. And then I think they should get Ladd in the second round. And that offense-defense combination is going to be nasty next year. And also, don't blame me that I'm going to be supporting Saquon Barkley on the Eagles all year next year. He's my favorite running back in the NFL. Yes, it's the Eagles, but I'm trying to see this man succeed. I'm sorry. The Giants are dumb. But I'm trying to see this man succeed. So don't get mad at me, all right?
Don't be mad if I get the Eagles.
Go ahead, G baby.
My only thing that I wanted to bring up, because Bama, you said that they're going to be more conservative. If Kirk does not start week 1, they're going to be more conservative and focus on running the football, this, that, the third. Yeah, they were doing that last year with Desmond Ridder because they knew Desmond Ridder wasn't it last year. They just didn't have a replacement. So my only thing I'll say, hey, Kirk, whether he starts week 1, week 6, week 8, I don't care. If y'all think that the Falcons are a lock to go from 7-10 to 12-5, 11-6, whatever it is, win that division. Like, if you think they're a lock, that is a problem to me because the Buccaneers, hey, they just won the division. They re-signed Baker and Mike Evans. The continuity is there. We assume the defense is going to be at the very least solid under Todd Bowles. The Saints, the defense is always good. We fixed the problem that we had, which was our offensive play calling. And what's it called? In the draft, they're gonna replace Trevor Penning, which was the worst left tackle in football. So you have that. The weapons are still there. Kamara's still there. Mike Thomas didn't even play that much anyway. So him being gone doesn't really move nothing. If you think that division is a lock, I'm sorry. Like Kirk Cousins does not move it to be a lock to me.
Run me real quick. How many?
No. Wait. Don't use my bar like that though. The difference between me and you, when a nigga leave my team to go to the rival, is fuck you. It ain't. I ain't on that. I don't know that new nigga shit y'all be on.
Hey, I'll say like this.
You go to put a Miami Dolphins jersey on. You put a Patriots jersey on.
Thanks, J-Rob. Because what I said when Caleb Downs went to Ohio State.
Wait, hold on.
Johnny, I'm entering my final form, my guy.
First off, here's my difference.
Check the Telegram.
When it's personal and then your man's, I'm gonna support no matter what.
That's still my man. That's still my man. But I want y'all to lose. I want y'all to lose. I can't beat up.
Hey, Bam, remember 20 bands? If he go to another team, all right, it's fuck you.
Yeah.
But it's a nigga like Saquon, who I interview, and that's
20 bands.
Saquon a dude, though.
I'm a support.
That's our guy. Now that's the homie. That's
guys. I
100%
respect that.
How many wins did it take for the Bucks to win the division last year?
Was it like nine?
But the division as a whole.
That's why I said it's not a lock. I said it's not a lock.
That division was close all the way through. But fellas, let's get to these Chargers because they cleaning house. They talking about veteran players are up for grabs. Seems like they're trying to start over in this new Jim Harbaugh era. Lonnie, let's start with you. You've been a little quiet, so I'm gonna let you rock us out, bro. What do you think of Jim Harbaugh in the Chargers, and what do you think their plan is going to the future? And also, how much grace do you give the Chargers before the Super Bowl expectations begin to fill the room again in LA?
So with how much grace I give them, I always give when it comes to like a new coach and like Super Bowl expectations, I think it takes like at most 2 years because like you have to like people have to adjust to the offense and defensive schemes and stuff like that. And then after that grace year, the second year is like when you're like, all right, like now let's see like the actual results. I think I said earlier this year that like they should probably trade Bosa. I thought like he should go a line or something like that. With Armstead getting cut from the 49ers, I think that's like a perfect plug and replace. I don't know if they're gonna get rid of Bosa and Mac. So if they're keeping Mac, Armstead is what they should do. I think like they should fight fire with fire. They should get Brock Bowers to me because Travis Kelce, Pat Holmes, Herbert Bowers. I think they're probably gonna get rid of Mike Williams. So I don't.
Good riddance to that man.
I don't. They already cut him.
Yeah, I think they already cut him. I think he been got
cut.
They don't wait. Once free agency hit, they don't wait. NFL's like, let's get it.
I don't remember seeing that.
I don't expect Brennan Johnson to step up, and they definitely need to replace Eckler. My auntie can run faster than him, so they need to show up that running back. But other than that, like Slater's a top 5 O lineman, but they still need lineman help, so that might be the draft or free agency. But no, I say like next year, like this first year, I'm gonna like because Harbaugh's gonna bring in a whole new system. And like they definitely need a running game, which they don't have, because that's how he likes to predicate his offense. Like you saw when he had like Frank Gore and how he liked to like pound the rock over and over and over again. And Eckler, and it's not that. So if they get Derrick Henry, we're gonna have to see. But yeah, that's what I got right now.
Go ahead, Random.
I think that the toughest part is when you're looking at the Chargers, they already have what you need. They have a great head coach and you have the quarterback. So I'll give them a year to kind of figure things out. The Khalil Mack, what did he have? 16 sacks last year. That looked great because I think he had 6 sacks in one game, right? But I think you get rid of him and you keep Joey Bosa. I understand he has injury problems and you kind of figure out from there. If you want to get rid of both of them, I'm not going to get mad at it, but you have a year to figure it out because next year I'm personally going to be like, I need to see some moves. Okay. And I think it's only understandable that with a new coach coming in, Jim Harbaugh is very hard on his quarterbacks, but I think Justin Herbert can handle it. You find a running back to replace Austin Eckler, and you start running because you're maybe it's just me. I'm not going to sit here and watch my rival get 3-peat. I'm just sitting here chilling. I didn't go get Jim Harbaugh for no reason. So I'm only giving them one season. They're cleaning the house because they understand what they have to do, and then you start moving. The Chargers, by next year, I expect them to win at least a playoff game. I'm giving them 1 year to figure things out, fix your salary cap. I'm not even just Mike Williams gone. I'm getting Quentin Johnson out of there. I don't think he's good. And let's go find somebody.
But the thing is,
loaded as of
damn.
No, listen. When that's loaded
He's
as a
kid,
receiver
bro.
draft,
He's a kid, bro. He's a kid.
I understand. No, listen.
You can still draft a receiver without getting rid of a guy.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
second
I'm not gonna write him. I'm not gonna
him.
write him off yet. I'm not writing him off.
Okay,
after
then
one.
I'll be the off man. With as loaded as a receiver draft as this is this year, we're talking generational. Where what was his name? Dustin. I can't remember his name from Open Field last week. Talking about he's watched. Was it over 10 receivers who he thought should get drafted? And I'm like, if he's sitting that kind of, and that guy lives the draft, that means I can find
I
somebody.
like Donnie. I
to
might need
that.
to get Donnie up here more.
Donnie. If he's
smart.
sitting there saying
Trent just paint him in a bad light, honestly, on the internet.
Yeah, if he's sitting there saying he's watched over 10 receivers who he thinks should get drafted with how loaded this wide receiver class this year, I can find somebody to replace that production. And also, if I'm the Chargers, I'm calling Tee Higgins, say what we need. I understand if I'm the Bengals, I'm not trying to keep him in the AFC, but I'm like, hey T, what do we need to get you over here with him and Keenan Allen, and we're trying to find a running back to replace that, and we keep it pushing because you have 1 year to figure it out. Then I'm expecting you to be fighting to get to possibly be the team that hopefully has a chance to stop the Chiefs from three-peating. I'm only giving them a year to figure this.
I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. I really don't like any windows over 2 years. Go Riddell.
Real quick, just for your information, apparently the Giants never even offered Saquon a contract.
He's the best player they've had.
No, actually,
in a long time.
No.
That's why he went to the Eagles, Bama.
Hold on.
Ridiculous.
What I saw is
that's
that the
ridiculous.
That's
such disrespect.
Hold on.
Back in blood.
The Giants were
no
talking
wonder he
with
went to the
Saquon
Eagles.
about extensions, but they can never agree to a number. So the Giants just gave up. That's what I heard.
He wants it back in blood. He said, "I got to play this place."
He wouldn't go to the Eagles. If they truly tried, he wouldn't go to the Eagles the way he did.
Bro, Jordan Schultz. Jordan Schultz just posted that the Giants never offered him a contract.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, I'm just reading what I said.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's absolutely ridiculous.
It's confirmed Danielle Hunter's to the 49ers, which is a phenomenal move.
Oh, that is a crazy pickup.
I just want to see. I just want to see the. I want to see the Purdy money, man. That's all I want to see. I want to see that Purdy money.
I want to see the
You
Purdy
better
money.
pay him now. Don't wait a year, 49ers.
Hey,
don't wait a year when you have to.
I feel like that's the contract I want to see. I need to see what
he's made the NFC Championship 2 of his 3 years as a starter. You better pay him now before he makes another deep playoff run.
Nah, he's gonna get paid. But let me run it. So for the Chargers, for me, when it comes down to it, my expectations is they should be contending for the playoffs next year. Like straight up next year. You have Justin Herbert on your team. If we're gonna tax Luka Doncic for being amazing and him potentially not making the playoffs, Herbert's getting the same tax. He at the very least should be contending. I don't necessarily need him.
You comparing Justin Herbert to Luka Doncic?
But in terms of being a generational talent, and everybody
like it. Luka Doncic has been to
people are saying Luka Doncic is the best player in the game.
No, J-Rock, we're getting mixed up. Luka is better. Luka's better than Herbert, but Herbert's an elite talent. So that's the only point I'm making. I'm not saying they're equal. I'm not saying they're equal.
Yeah, I don't
know.
So
the Chargers,
I'm looking at the best in the game.
Hold on. The Chargers, I'm expecting to be in contention for the playoffs next year. What the Chargers are probably going to do, they're going to get rid of Khalil Mack. They're going to get rid of Joey Bosa. Lucky for them, Tule's a dog. And then you go for another pass rusher in the draft. Chop or Latu may fall to him in the second round. So you may want to go over there. They're getting Blake Corum because that's Jim Harbaugh's guy and replacing Austin Eckler with him. And another thing that's going to take place. Another thing that's going to take place is that 5th pick the Chargers have. They're going to trade back in the draft with the Vikings. And Vikings are going to move up and get J.J. McCarthy. They're going to retool their defense and their offensive line with that capital. And the Chargers are going to be a really good team.
With the 5th overall pick, they finna get J.J. McCarthy?
The Vikings are going to trade up to get J.J. McCarthy in the 5th.
You're crazy. He can get him at 11. Bro. You think the Vikings are – if J.J. McCarthy goes anywhere in the top 5, it's just like Daniel Jones going top 6.
I agree, but the Vikings are going to do that.
They're going to do it.
I doubt it. I doubt that.
Bro,
I'm not entertaining that.
In one breath, y'all can't say the reason why these quarterbacks get these show me deals is because of Daniel Jones, and then you just say, hey, they just finna repeat the same fucking mistake
Yeah, I can't see that happening.
But teams
Come on,
do
bro.
that all the
That
time.
don't even make sense by the NFL, right?
That doesn't
there.
make it right.
Like
I
they
agree.
just
I don't
they
want
just
them to do
fixed
that,
a
but I feel like
mistake
they're
by,
going to do that.
by putting quarterbacks on prove-it deals just to get an unproven quarterback that they're gonna have to figure out a way to put on a prove-it deal again. Fuck out of here.
The amount of teams
If
that
it's
are
not,
hyping up
if it's
making
not,
a
if it's
quarterback
not
is
them
actually
three, if it's
insane.
not them 2.5, the reason why I say 2, if it's not Drake May, Caleb Williams, or half partly the one from LSU, bro, you're not gonna take no top 5 pick out of that.
Bro, people
Yeah,
are
take
saying
a
telegram,
McCarthy
Bama.
might go
So
without
about-
signing Nate.
About
Take
the
a telegram, Bama.
yeah, I'm not doing that because let's be real. The Chargers, Jim Harbaugh, Greg Roman, Joe Alt, you're an LA Charger. Congratulations. So because they need somebody else. If they want to run the football, they also got to fix that O-line. Because Eckler was bad, but so was that O-line as well. They're gonna get one. Joe Alt, you're an LA Charger. Congratulations. Second, you guys are saying when y'all say expectations, are y'all saying to win a Super Bowl or what? Because I'm hearing 1 year, 2 years. Like y'all think they should win a Super Bowl next year?
No, my point. I know, but I'm gonna. What I'm saying is
The Chargers,
what I'm saying is this. For me, the reality of it is, Justin Herbert is going into what, year 4 or 5 of his career? 4. It's going to year 4 of his career. We know what he is as a talent. Now he's in that same mode that Lamar, Josh Allen, all of these players are in. He's in. What are you doing for me next season in the playoffs? It is that time.
So it's not playoffs. It's not Super Bowl.
I mean, what's the goal of going to the playoffs? What you
No. But that the reason I asked, I'm not saying I'm not saying it's not the goal, but in year 1. So
no, they don't got to win a Super Bowl next year.
And that's why.
There needs to be a progression. They need to be in the playoffs.
And that's why I
need
asked
to be
for
a team.
Yes, and that's why I asked for confirmation because Jim Harbaugh, when he got to San Francisco the first time, they went to 3 straight NFC chips. Now, I think his job trying to fix this team is a little bit harder because you got 100%. Old dudes. You got old dudes making way too much money. And let's be real, this is not only a new head coach, this is also a new GM. So there are a lot of people that this new GM did not draft that he may not want to keep. So I think year 1, for sure, I would argue if you can't be a 7 seed game, come on. I mean, obviously we'll see what the injuries look like this, then the third, who they draft, who they replace on that defense. Because Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, I think Derwin is good for now, but like their secondary is atrocious. You know what I mean? Their linebacking core still ain't up to snuff. That they still need. I know we're expecting because of Jim Harbaugh that defense to just be good, but they still gotta fix it. So I'm saying year 1, if y'all want to say make the playoffs fine, I ain't got no issue with that.
I'm
year
honestly
2, because he's not gonna be able.
I'm following today's climate in football, bro.
I'm not disagreeing
with what this new climate is now.
And I'm not
necessarily like it, but that's what it is now. So I've got it.
And I'm not disagreeing with you, J-Rob, but for me, I'll only speak for me then. Anytime you get a new head coach, unless you are a new head coach on the San Francisco 49ers, the Philadelphia Eagles, or the Kansas City Chiefs,
right?
I'm always going to give you about a year or 2 to get your guys in because you don't there's been many times we get new GMs and people that got drafted there, they trade them because, that's not who I wanted. That's not who I need. This doesn't fit my scheme because you got to fit the scheme as well, right? So that's why I'm saying, unless you have one of them rosters that, I'm not going to lie, that's not hard to mess up. I'm going to give you a year or 2 to get your guys in. But once you get your guys in, especially because you have Justin Herbert over there. Whatever you want to say about him, playoff choker, whatever, you have Justin Herbert over there.
He ain't really been to
so
the
at the
playoffs.
very least,
Call him a choker, you know what I'm saying?
That's the only nigga who said that's Riddell.
There's so many teams that are ahead of the Chargers who still have to make the Super Bowl. So what I'm saying is that you still have Mahomes is going to, over the next 5 years, I think Mahomes will make another 1 or 2. Joe Burrow's making 1 or 2. I think Lamar is probably going to get over the hump and make 1 or 2. Josh Allen, I think, is going to make 1 or 2. In terms of winning a Super Bowl, what the Eagles did right now by adding Saquon, I think even if they get Super Bowl, they're a better team. You have the Niners. I just think there's so many teams who are more likely to win a Super Bowl over the next 5 to even 7 years.
There's too much transition with the Bills for me to see that.
No, but I'm I'm taking Josh Allen over Justin Herbert any day of the week. I understand teams win Super Bowls, but the quarterback play, I'm always going to put more pressure on the teams with the better quarterback. I think there's so many better quarterbacks than Justin Herbert and better teams in the Chargers right now that I personally don't hold them to Super Bowl expectations because I just don't see it happening. Now, should they be because of the climate?
Year,
yes,
no.
I agree. Yeah, next year, no, for sure. But even after that, I understand the Harbaugh situation.
Standard due to their performance. It's just the truth.
But they do need to contest.
So if they make the playoffs, and then the next step after that is winning a playoff game.
I think
no. They need to go to the playoffs and at least win a playoff game, bro. They cannot
at least win a playoff game. So to me, but if they lose to,
it depends on J-Rob. So if they lose to Mahomes,
that's what I'm
saying. No.
All right, hold on. Time out. Let me just remind y'all real quick. You watched a first-time head coach win a playoff game from a team that won 2 games the season prior.
Special.
I don't think what I'm asking of Jim Harbaugh is lofty, y'all. I'm sorry. I watched a first-year guy with a rookie put together a playoff win against a defense that was top 5 in football. Me asking Jim Harbaugh to win one playoff game with what most people deem is a top 5 level quarterback, I do not think that is unreal expectations. It can't be.
I'm not saying it's unreal, J-Rob, but my thing is, it's kind of like, because we expect, because Brandon Staley, I think, was that awful. I think, because who was the actual, like, named defensive coordinator for the Chargers?
And again, one team had Davis Mills starting for the season. The other team had Justin Herbert. I cannot talk about the ramifications of what happened. You have expectations you have to meet. I don't care who
J-Rob, that's not what I'm talking about. I agree with you that because I just wanted to know the name of the DC because anybody who they got is going to be better than Brandon Staley. I assume that this defense is going to be better. No questions asked. Yeah,
absolutely agree. I absolutely agree.
So I agree. I agree that their defense should be better just off the fact that Harbaugh is there and Brandon Staley's not. I expect this offense because Joe Alt, you're a Charger. I've been saying for weeks once he got that job, Blake Corum, you're in LA as well. So I think this team definitely is going to be better. It should be better. And if I look at the landscape of the AFC, yeah, you should be able to get in there and win a playoff game. Right. Absolutely. My whole thing is, though, if this defense is still bad, maybe not as bad as Brandon Staley bad, but if it's still bad, I'm not going to be shocked because Harbaugh, you haven't had a chance to really get the guys that you need for your scheme yet because of your cap issue. Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Derwin James, Asante Samuel is still on your roster. Your defense is no, J-Rob, I'm not disagreeing with that.
I can't hear that though because
J-Rob,
did D'Amico come in with his guys? It's not GJ, it's not college. You never come in.
No, but wait. But J-Rob, I hear you, but also D'Amico's an anomaly. People don't do that on a regular.
D'Amico don't have nowhere close to the cachet that Jim Harbaugh has. Jim Harbaugh's been to a Super Bowl. He just won a national championship.
J-Rob, you're bringing up points that I am not disagreeing with. However, also, what D'Amico did his first year, going from a 2-win team to winning your division and having the type of team and the way they'll perform, that's not normal. In the same breath, that's also not normal. Dude, just don't do that on the regular.
I agree.
Now, Jim Harbaugh, I will give you, if you want to say, because Jim Harbaugh, hey, if you could go take that team with Colin Kaepernick to the NFC Chip and to a Super Bowl, absolutely. I'm just saying, year one, I'm not going to be tripping if he hasn't, like, he's got to get time to get all his scheme fits right. He's not going to do that in one offseason. Now, should they be better? For sure. If they're still as bad, all right, cool, y'all got it. I'm not saying a word. However, I feel like year one, yeah, they should be good enough to make the playoffs because it's better than Brandon Staley. But I'm not going to be tripping if their defense is still bad or if all their flaws that they had the previous year aren't fixed yet.
They need at least a year.
All the elite quarterbacks.
Babe, you got J-Rob out of here.
On their first full year, with those quarterbacks, the quarterbacks we call elite, those guys were contending for the playoffs in their first full year. Obviously, we got Mahomes, we got Burrow, we got Lamar, we got Jordan Love, we got CJ Stroud. Like, these are elite quarterbacks, and our expectation. I'm not saying they need to win a Super Bowl their first year. I'm saying we called them elite because they immediately changed their team and it was contending for the playoffs. Justin Herbert's not. This is not his first year, right? So at this point, yeah, I hear you. But now with Jim Harbaugh in the realm, or you're just like you said with the Saints, you're replacing the biggest problem of the team with the head coach.
Which is why they should be better.
Jim Harbaugh there.
We got to see
Cleaning up
Give him a year.
Dale, that's why I said they should be better.
They should, but you got to see it to believe it. Like, nigga, all the quarterbacks you said out of Justin Herbert's had the worst defense.
The only one I'll give you is CJ Stroud because I'm not gonna lie.
And even then, the Texas defense this year was still good. So even then, now this year, yeah, Jim Harbaugh's there.
We're not going to talk about how hurt the Bills defense
They should be a 10-win team.
I just feel like
once Matt Milano got hurt, it was their defense.
The Bills defenses have been riddled with injuries. So what are you talking about?
Still better than the Chargers.
They had no pass rusher.
And that shit's still better than the Chargers.
You're talking about this year, Allen Josh. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Yeah, the Chargers are still a worse defense, but we're not going to just sit here and say like, oh, the Bills defense was like that.
It doesn't. Okay, here's the thing.
No, but the Bills defense, you ought to understand. Josh Allen, when he first became elite, and when Josh Allen, when he first took that step to being elite, they have the number one pass defense in the league.
Yeah, not 1 year, but every other year, both their safeties, top corner, no pass.
Not all season. Not all season.
I just feel like all I'm saying is we can't give a soft landing to Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert just because it's their first year together as a tandem. I'm sorry, and it just sounds like
I need to see market improvement, but I'm not expecting playoffs.
You better expect playoffs because that's giving.
To me, winning a playoff game is not a lofty expectation. It should be a standard.
Right, because
J-Rob,
because if you think about it from this standpoint, a head coach job is to make sure all your other position coaches are doing their job.
Right.
Jim Harbaugh went to a Super Bowl, so he knows how to make sure you're doing your job to an elite level. So therefore, the Chargers having that shit defense like what they had, where they had all of these names and they just constantly played them out of position or put them in positions to be horrible or inefficient. Jim Harbaugh is going to neutralize that. It's not finna be you get somebody like J.C. Jackson over there and he looks like a complete bum and then he goes right back to his daddy Bill Belichick and looks competent again. You don't get situations like that because that's solely on the head coach and all the other coaches. That has nothing to do with the lack of players on defense or none of that. That is simply the coach and the defensive coordinator not doing their job to the best of their abilities. Obviously, they're not watching enough film. They're not game planning against offenses how they need to. Jim Harbaugh is finna neutralize all of that. Okay, what was the number one thing Jim Harbaugh used to always cry about he really didn't have? A quarterback. He went from having to bench Alex Smith after he got hurt, which you're not supposed to do, for Colin Kaepernick because he felt like Colin Kaepernick gave him a chance to get us to the Super Bowl. All right, nip all that shit in the bud. You got Justin Herbert. He's arguably a number 2 quarterback in this NFL. I've heard this numerous times. So don't argue with me. This is what y'all say, not what I said. So now he has the number 2 quarterback in the NFL, arguably. So now all you have to do, Jim Harbaugh, is manage them to not be the shit that they were last year. So whatever that means, you get you a guy up in there. What you need for is defensive coordinator. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to call, and you manage that. So he's going to bring in they're getting younger running back because I am jacking the fucking Blake Corum take. I do like Blake Corum going over there reuniting with his old coach. Get rid of Bosa, get rid of Khalil Mack, possibly get Brian Burns over there. Whatever you can do, get a little bit younger over there, and manage everybody else.
Yeah, Brian Burns got that.
Ain't nobody saying win a division because I know where Patrick.
You got to pay him buku money to come over there.
But they better at least get in that playoffs either as a wild card or some other type of I don't know whether the seed they could get a 4 seed, a 3 seed, or whatever. But they better win a playoff.
Well, Bama,
the Chiefs are in the division.
G-Baby, hold on one
second. I'm not saying they win a division. The only reason I'm saying that
Bama. The only reason I'm fighting against that traditionally, I like to give head coaches 3 years to kind of figure it out. By the 3rd year, I'm gonna need you to make the playoffs, right? This year, the reason I'm giving Chargers 2 years because you have what you already need. You got a great head coach. You got Justin Herbert is the greatest quarterback Jim Harbaugh has ever had, ever in his life. That's why I'm only giving them 2 years. I'm gonna give you the first year because they're in cap hell. You got to decide what you do to Khalil Mack. You got to figure out what you're doing with Joey Bosa, and if you would cut them both, and then you got to figure it out. But by the second year, I'm saying y'all need to be in a playoff game. Hell, in my opinion, y'all need to win a playoff game because I don't know how you have Justin Herbert. You're not winning playoff games like that. So the only reason I'm sitting there saying that is because of the expectation. Mind you, the AFC is a gauntlet. In order for you to make the Super Bowl, we already know Mahomes is like the final boss. You got to go through Burrow. You got to go through Lamar. Now you got to go through CJ Stroud. Let alone if Deshaun Watson figures it out, or just that 1 year where you just have that random surprise team that makes it to a point where now you got to go to them, whether it's Anthony Richardson in with the Colts or Josh. First of all, by the way, I didn't even mean any disrespect to Josh Allen, but with how much turmoil they're going through and how much they're cleaning house as well, J-Rob, which we need to talk about on another day. They're cleaning house as well. Josh Allen's still a threat. So now I'm sitting there saying I'm giving them 2 years to figure it out. That's why I'm saying that's why I'm feeling that way. But now we got to sit there and ask questions. Okay, Mike Williams is gone. Is Quentin? What's the receiver that they drafted last year? Is he going to figure it out? Because he was by far the worst receiver drafted out of the first round. He needed to figure it out. That's why I'm sitting there with such a loaded receiver class. I can go get another one, and I'm not worried about it because I feel like the class this year is way better, and I can find somebody who can replace his production, and I can go find somebody. That's what I'm saying. If the Chargers get Tee Higgins, the game's changed for them. The game has absolutely changed for them.
My only problem with this, it's not like the Chargers. Like after Justin Herbert got injured, yeah, they were just terrible.
They were a terrible team.
Before Justin Herbert got injured, they were still a very competitive team with a bad defense. So
if we're asking the same question about them winning in prime time,
hold on.
When the game mattered, we were asking those questions.
Random. Hold on. If our expectations is Jim Harbaugh is going to make that defense even better with a more solidified run game, then it shouldn't be a crazy thing that this team, which was competitive with a lot of teams, such as the Dolphins, obviously they had a shootout with the Vikings. A lot of those games was like, it came down to the wire. It's just the Chargers couldn't close it out. You can blame the defense. You can blame Herbert. It doesn't matter. The point is you were competitive. So if the Chargers are now going to be a better team with better coaching, hopefully Jim Harbaugh makes that defense better, makes that run game better, makes that culture better, then it shouldn't be a crazy take that Herbert should be contending for the playoffs next year. And let's be very clear. You spoke about Josh Allen. We were cooking Josh Allen when they were losing games.
Oh, God.
And we weren't going to make the playoffs.
Oh, God.
They were not going to make the playoffs. Like, bro, this guy's an elite guy. How are you not going to make the playoffs? The injury excuse wasn't really having it. He's that guy. That's the expectation. So we shouldn't start getting ready to start giving Justin Herbert excuses. He's a top 5 quarterback to a lot of y'all. So he should be held at that standard. If they're at the very least competitive and contending for the playoffs, that shouldn't be a crazy thing.
Maybe because for me,
he's not a quarterback. That 2-year expectation you got for them, in year 2, they better be fighting to be Super Bowl contenders.
That's not happening. That's not happening.
No.
If you talking about in year 2, you okay with them just winning a playoff game? You're bugging.
Bama, he's not even won one. This is my thing. I think it's unfair.
They only haven't won.
There are only certain situations where you expect a quarterback in his first year to win a playoff game or more. Brady, when he goes,
this is not his first year.
Hold on. This is what I'm saying. I think, first of all, the AFC West, whether or not you think the Raiders are going to be nice, I'm looking at Sean Payton kind of sideways, but that's a conversation for another day. I'm always going to give a new coach quarterback combo at least a year to figure it out. If y'all think the Chargers should win a playoff game in their first year, I think you're kind of high, especially with how hard the AFC is. Burrow, Trent Richardson, CJ Stroud.
I would give you that if the NFC West wasn't the pinnacle of football when Harbaugh was coaching. The last time Harbaugh was coaching, the NFC West was the pinnacle of football. He made it to a Super Bowl out of that.
No, that's different though. That's 10 years ago. He has to
figure it out.
That's 10 years ago. Bama, the
10, 20, he chose to leave.
Hold on, Bama. This is why I'm fighting against you.
He didn't choose to leave. He got fired.
He didn't have to get past Mahomes. He didn't have to get past
Hold on, real quick, Bama. The reason I'm running against you, that's
do you
10
realize
years
how
ago.
stout them
The
defenses had to
AFC,
get
no,
past
first things first, Bama, you're counting. Every year, there's at least 2 teams that made the playoffs with the NFL. There's a trend. 2 teams that make the playoffs every year get replaced by 2 new teams. Okay? I'm anticipating the Colts next year making the playoffs. Plus, whatever the Bengals are going back to the playoffs because they didn't make it last year. All right. I'm giving the Chargers 2 years to make the playoffs and be a force.
Again, does Patrick Mahomes have some free safety ability or cornerback ability we don't know about?
But Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league.
Regardless, like,
one team can't stop you from making the playoffs. Like, I get it. The Chiefs are
every
amazing.
year. 2 new teams.
You know what's killing me?
What is Randall's argument though?
Bama, you know what be killing me?
Let me explain. Let me explain then.
Every year, that also was the same people that was telling us we didn't even know what the Chiefs was gonna do in the playoffs. Some of y'all up here, like, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. There's a reason why I'm saying that.
And what did they speak of? What did they speak of? Why they didn't know what the Chiefs gonna do? They fucking defense.
I was the one person.
And what happened? They defense followed.
I understand, but I was the one person. You can go back and look. I was the one person who was hesitant about the Chiefs playoff run. J-Rob can tell you every single round I bet against the Chiefs because, first of all, what they showed me, I was not all the way in. So every single year, at least 2 new playoff teams make it. If Burrow stays healthy, the Bengals are in the playoffs. They are. Now, the other playoff spot, if Bama, you are high on Deshaun Watson. If he stays healthy, the Browns should make the playoffs. We're also thinking Justin Herbert stays healthy, the Chargers should make the playoffs. So now we're asking questions. Does CJ, if CJ Stroud, obviously every division winner makes it. Every division winner makes it. Now we're asking questions.
You was crashing out at this time where I had walked back everything I had said, but Trent agree with me right here. After that Super Bowl, I told y'all this. After Mahomes, it is
there's a clear divide than everybody else.
Trent with this. If you want to say 2 through 5, you put Lamar first at 2 and all of them. I feel y'all on this, but it is a toss up after this. Like I would have gave y'all the quarterback argument.
I think 2 is wide open. 2 is wide open.
I would give y'all that argument after this season, bro. All of them niggas got deficiencies down the stretch in the fourth quarter, late in games. So again, Herbert can easily knock off of Deshaun Watson. He can knock off of Lamar Jackson. He can even knock off of Josh Allen in a head-to-head playoff game. It's up in the air. It's not like them is they not Patrick Mahomes where they solidify that they just better than everybody else they come across. Hell, even Sunshine down there at Jacksonville can knock off either one of them guys.
Sure, I guess.
So I'm not just gonna say, oh, these are lock playoff spots for these teams. No, it is not a lot.
Right, I can cook you on the
Bama, to go off what you said, like we really need to be honest about these Chargers. So like before like the season before this one, they were a playoff team. Brandon Staley just crashed out. And if you think about all the other teams, they're all in flux. Bills cleared house, and we don't know if Diggs is going to request a trade or not. The Bengals, Burrow can't stay healthy. The Ravens, they still have to re-sign all their free agents. We don't know if Patrick Queen's going to stay there either. So if we had basically a playoff team that just happened to have a really down year, and they added a Hall of Fame level coach, and they have a top 5 pick this year with extra draft capital.
Thank you, Lonnie.
Like, what's the excuse?
Thank you, Lonnie.
Hold on.
And not only that, Lonnie, hold on. Can I say one other thing? To your point, Lonnie? And this is again for all you people who tell me this boy is a top 5 quarterback. Lonnie, you just said that all these other top contender teams, the Bills, the Ravens, all are going to have to make decisions. Are they still going to be held to the standard that they were held to the season before? Yes. Nobody's going to be saying, "Oh,
nobody else." The Chargers are bringing
hold on. I let you go. I did not cut you off. I did not cut you off. You was going to talk. I did not cut you off.
Okay, I apologize.
At the end of the day,
hey J-Rob, imagine me and you get up here if they don't sign Patrick Queen, they'd be like, "Oh, Lamar get it out this year because they ain't get Patrick Queen."
Exactly. And so all I'm saying is you can't say, "Oh, well, his defense took a step back this year because they didn't sign these guys." You're not going to look at Josh Allen like, "Well, he didn't have Matt Milano and they got rid of Diggs," and y'all not going to tell me they sent Gabe Davis to the Jaguars. Y'all still going to hold him to the standard of which he is as that guy at quarterback. Y'all even going to have, and this is another thing, y'all may not want to hear this shit either. Some of y'all are going to have higher expectations for Russell Wilson and the Steelers than y'all are for the LA Chargers.
No,
I'm not saying you, but I'm talking about the people I'm talking about comments in the chat, stuff like that. If he's a top 5 quarterback, us saying at least we got to win one playoff game, I don't think that's lofty expectations. I think we also remember this is a team that has been to a playoffs before, that clearly has talent. I don't think Jim Harbaugh is going into a absolute dog water situation, because you got to remember, y'all really going to sit here and tell me that Derwin James is whack? No,
the defense is ass.
But also, why can a defense be ass though? It could also be schematics. A lot of the guys on that defense also said and mentioned. I'm not going to sit here and say, Trent, I'm not going to sit here and say that a defense that has Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack on it for 2 seasons was just absolute dog water.
No, it's not them though.
I'm looking at the scheme.
Hold on, real quick.
It's a dog water scheme.
Can I respond, please?
There's clearly a disconnect. There's clearly a disconnect between
DBs and safeties.
J-Rob, can I respond real quick?
What if we don't have Justin Herbert in the top 5 then? It's fine. Like, we just
J-Rob,
don't.
the only reason I'm fighting against that, when you're asking a quarterback to win playoff games in their first year, you are asking the best.
He's not in his first year. He's in his fourth one.
That's what I'm saying. Think about it. All the contemporaries, Justin Herbert, and none of them are getting a wholesale regime change right now. None of them. Hey, Zach Taylor's still there for Joe Burrow. John Harbaugh still there for Lamar Jackson. None of them are getting a wholesale regime change as their overseers, if that's the right word to say.
How many franchise quarterbacks has had a complete overhaul of staff and still had expectations?
I understand it's a rarity.
Goddamn Prescott.
I understand it's
how
a
many
rarity,
coaches is
right?
that?
No. Just of recent, J-Rob, the Seahawks and the Las Vegas Raiders with John Gruden. He wiped house when he got there, and
nobody was saying Derek Carr was a top 5 quarterback,
regardless if they was top 5 or not, bro. Them coaches, they wipe house, and then when they wipe house, them teams easily go to the playoffs after that. Once you get that cancer from out your organization, it's cancerous.
Oh, please, Derek. John Gruden was bringing his own cancer.
Wait.
John Gruden hit the bingo of getting canceled. He was homophobic, sexist, goddamn racist at the same time. What are we talking about?
Stay with me right here.
Wait, are we gonna say Herbert not making the playoffs? Like what? Wait, random. Like what? So what are you saying for Justin? Because
this is what I'm saying.
The Chargers should be in the playoffs.
It's not like if he don't make the playoffs, it's okay. It's okay.
That's not okay. Like
no. Hold on. This is what I'm saying. If Justin Herbert makes the playoffs in year 1, I'm okay with that, but he better make the playoffs in year 2.
He's not in year 1.
He's in year 4.
No, this is
saying that.
This is the problem, though.
Just because you get a new head coach, you do not become a rookie.
I'm not
random. Random. What if he doesn't win a playoff game in the next 2 years?
I'm going to tell you the pressure.
Okay, let me answer Lonnie's question. Let me answer Lonnie's question.
Super Bowl contending, Tom.
Let me answer Lonnie's question. If in the next 2 years Justin Herbert does not win a playoff game, I am calling absolute cap on Justin Herbert. I'm calling absolute cap. But also, we got to understand where the Chargers are at. They're in massive cap hell. Are we not acknowledging that?
Can handle all the capacity of this. Again, how does this go back to Justin Herbert's play, my nigga? Again, this has nothing to do with Justin Herbert's play, him being that dude or not. Given the skill set he has shown you, everything gets put off on the umbrella above him, which is the coaches, organization, play calling. They fixed that. They fixed it. So now up under the umbrella, you have this golden statue.
Look at the Chargers right now. Told me they fixed it.
So up under the umbrella, my umbrella has no more holes now. So this nice, shiny diamond quarterback we got right now is not getting rained on no more. So guess what? Now, my nigga, you have to show the reason why we call you a diamond in the rough right now. So the first time, you're going to have to win a playoff game. This is the NFL. This is not college. This is not middle school. This is not junior college. It's called not for long. Year 1, you better win me a playoff game. Year 2, if we are not scratching the doors of a fucking Super Bowl, hey, everybody come up in the office, bro. For real, I'm sitting all y'all down. Jim, what's going on,
I think
baby?
You're being unfair.
What's going on?
How's that unfair?
They're in cap hell.
How is that unfair?
Herbert has given. Listen here, this man just threw for almost.
Do you think Herbert's top 5, Brandon? Do you think Herbert's top 5 quarterback?
Time out. What was the point of bringing in Jim Harbaugh? But what was the point? Come out. Why did you bring in Jim Harbaugh?
The reason why I'm giving them at least.
I'm gonna tell you something.
J-Rob, let me answer your question.
Hold on.
Let me answer your question.
I just want to clarify something for our chat room. For the chat, I want y'all to know something. When these colleges out here, when they bring in new coaches, especially coaches that have a reputation, who have won championships, they're not looking at year 2 and the first year of the new coach coming in thinking, oh, we just win a few more games than last year. It's a success. They're coming in hoping that there is a transformation in the program. They want to see things change. You know why Deion Sanders was getting clowned, even though that team went from a 1-loss team to a 4-loss team? Because he got expectations to win football games. 4 wins is not progress.
Okay, then I'll be the minority. I'll be the minority. The reason why I'm saying that.
Let me reply to a big point you keep saying. The first time quarterback head coach combo. Crazy enough, we've seen that be successful in the league. First year, Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence.
That's still the anomaly. That's the anomaly.
That's an anomaly.
Yes, it is.
The NFL, that's an anomaly in the NFL. That happens all the time.
Let it keep going. Let it keep going.
Hold on.
I have more. I'm just talking about the AFC.
Hold on.
Let
aspects for expectations. When transfer portal, recruiting class, they bring guys in to make a big jump. So all we're saying is they got Jim Harbaugh, they got rid of the fucking terrorists and Brandon Staley. They should be a big jump. It's not gonna be unfair. Nigga, we done seen Justin Herbert throw for 5,000 yards and still have a shit defense. They got rid of Brandon Staley. If Justin Herbert still keeps his playing and the defense is actually just solid, not even good, solid, this should be a damn near 12-win team. This should be a major transformation in the Chargers. So saying it's unfair, how? If that's the case, then we should. If it's unfair,
just let me know when I can speak.
And y'all also got to stop being mad at niggas for having these top tier quarterbacks and giving them top tier expectations. This is what we expect from all these dudes. They paying you $200+ million to do a job.
Let me know when I can speak.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me repeat this one more time. We've seen so many times where there was a first-year quarterback head coach combination, Doug Peterson, Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, DeMeco Ryans, Shane Steichen with Anthony Richardson and Gardner Minshew were competing for the playoffs. Tua and Mike McDaniels, they were competing for the playoffs in their first year together. There's no way you could tell me, Random, that the Chargers situation is worse than that Jaguar situation. There is no way you could tell me that that's the worst situation.
Let me answer the question. The reason why I'm willing to give the Chargers situation a little more grace is because of how much cap hell they are in. Every situation is not the same. Every situation. You literally, Bama, have we not sitting there saying they're going to have to cut Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack? Those, whether you like it or not, those were their 2 best pass rushers. Were they not? Those are their 2 best pass rushers. Whether or not you gotta figure out drafting 2 new pass rushers, adding
is Dallas Turner not in the draft? Do they not got an old boy from UCLA in the draft?
We can't.
There's so many players you can replace.
I agree with you, but we cannot accurately predict that Dallas Turner would end up with them. We cannot. That's my biggest thing. I'm willing to give them a year to figure it out. Then next year, I'm the one saying, I need y'all to win a playoff game. Damn near, I need y'all to be in the AFC Championship game. That's where I'm at next year. This year, with how bad the Chargers cap situation is, I'm sitting here saying, I'm going to give y'all a year. If the cap situation was not as bad, I would be with all of you saying that I need y'all to win.
If they get rid of Bosa and Mack, how bad is their cap?
That cap shit.
You're still dead cap, Lonnie.
That cap shit still dead cap. The reason why that cap shit don't mean
I'm not trying to hear about that shit.
The Cowboys and went to the playoffs thousands of times paying that weak ass luxury tax. So miss me with that.
Not everybody has Jerry Jones money.
And they raise the cap every year.
Not everybody has Jerry Jones money, Bama, and you know that.
If they get if they get like 2 like good pieces
right
in the
now
draft, like good game.
The Chargers right now are in a contract dispute
that can move them along. The cap's not going to matter.
It's fighting the goddamn son over whether that's
answer this question. So answer this question because again, the mentality, man, y'all be losing me. But so with what you're saying right now, what is your expectation for the Chargers this year? What will be
right now?
Will be a decent season?
I expect them to be a contender for the playoffs, but not make it. But next year, I expect them to win a playoff game. Hold up. The reason why y'all hold on. Let me finish. The reason why y'all not are paying attention to that right now. Dean Spanos' daughter is fighting in court against Dean Spanos' son to sell the team.
What the fuck do that have to do with the niggas that have to play in the fucking games?
First of all,
the people have to play the games. What are you talking about? You're talking about
J-Rob.
Let me
tell you why.
Come out! Stop!
Let me tell you why.
You're talking about a lawsuit in chat. This is elite level deflection. We're talking about a lawsuit that has nothing to do with a player, a coach that's in the locker room. I promise you, Justin Herbert don't give a goddamn about what's going on in that goddamn courtroom. All he cares about
piss about nothing but the time.
Baby.
Oh my
God!
I don't know.
53-man roster and what he's supposed to do with that. And this is what I keep saying to y'all. If they don't go to the playoffs, at least the season was not a success. You go from going to the playoffs, not going. Contending for you're saying contention for the playoffs is a decent season. So contending for a playoffs, potentially not making that at all, that's not a good year at all for the Chargers. Nobody said they got to win a Super Bowl, but if you go and say that they win 8 games and contended for the playoffs was a good year for year one of Jim Harbaugh, you are out your goddamn mind. And I promise you, if they don't go to the playoffs this year, he's going to have a conversation about what needs to be done to make sure that the year after we are not just
Super Bowl. You better go to the Super Bowl the year after. If you don't make the playoffs this year, what are you talking
about? And this is the biggest thing that y'all are not. If Dean Spanos' daughter. First of all, if Dean Spanos' daughter wins the lawsuit, she controls the team. And her expectations compared to Dean Spanos' son are different.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
You're not talking about shit.
You're not talking about what's happening.
Regardless.
The same way y'all didn't believe me when I said the Giants playing Daniel Jones.
You're not talking about
owner's expectations doesn't have anything to do with what actually happens on the field.
Y'all not paying attention to this either.
Play on the field.
You're not talking about nothing.
Expectations doesn't have anything to do with what actually happens on the field.
All right. If Dean Spanos' daughter wins the goddamn lawsuit, it changes the goddamn expectations for the Los Angeles Chargers.
That has nothing to do with whether they beat the Steelers in the playoffs or not. That has nothing to do with that.
You're worried about something that's also over your head too, because
it affects the team, Bama. It literally does.
My nigga, Jeannie Buss runs the Lakers and she still has win a championship mentality. That's
different. Let's pretend like the NFL and the NBA are the same.
Had a mentality.
Expectation doesn't change based on
the NFL and the NBA are different.
The
NFL and the NBA are different. Let's pretend like they have the exact same
expectations. I expect my Patriots to draft a QB and they draft MHJ. That has nothing to do with what actually happens.
Player expectation doesn't change with ownership.
They literally do because
thank you, Jalen.
Jalen, hold on. Let's pretend.
That does not matter.
It doesn't.
Hey, guess what? She is going to get ownership of the team, and guess what? Instead of talking to a man,
she wants to sell the team.
Of my nigga, why you ain't want to play our game this year? She gonna be saying that. Why you ain't want to play our game this year?
She wants to sell the team compared to his son who wants to keep it in the family.
What does that have to do if they play the Steelers in January?
No. This is the problem. This is the problem that y'all
has nothing to do with football, my nigga. This has nothing to do with football, and this is what I got to start asking. Like, nigga, did you really play when you was playing football, nigga, or was you watching while you was there? Like, bro, if something that's like to me, this is what you sound like. This is like saying in college, when you're in college, you about to consider transferring from your school because of the shit that's going on with the AD and the president. Shit that don't got shit to do with what you're doing on the football field.
Yes,
that don't got shit to do
does.
And then when you're on the team,
I can only speak on it from my perspective. Hold on, real quick, and I'll be quiet. And I'll be quiet and let y'all cook. First things first. My junior year, my coach, Jonathan Quinn, a backup for the Giants and the Jaguars, who also started for the Chiefs, was my head coach. I had Eddie Kennison was my goddamn receiver coach. Okay? I had NFL talent coaching me. The minute Jonathan Quinn left, all the NFL talent that was coaching me left with them. Okay,
That's coaching, not the ownership.
What does that have to do with the game on week 12?
Listen.
That's coaching. That's not the ownership regime.
Listen. When you have people who know how it takes to win on the
Yo,
highest
what
level,
are
and they
you
leave
talking
to
about?
people who were first things first. I love Coach Ashley. I fucking love him. He's a goddamn man. But when his greatest feat on football is being a special teams coach, and he's coaching me at receiver, he doesn't know what it takes to be the best at football.
Do y'all hear?
He
He was the All-American.
He was the All-American.
Chat. I want y'all to hear something.
Y'all don't get this.
Chat. I want y'all to
understand. The same way Trent laughed at me when I told him that the goddamn Daniel Jones contract was going to set the floor.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Goddamn quarterbacks.
What are you talking about?
What
are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Chat, I want y'all to hear something. Random is almost comparing incompetence of his team of college or high school that put a special teams coach as his wide receiver coach with no experience, but he believes that Jim Harbaugh, an NFL coach and with a staff, is going to do something as incompetent as that because the ownership is going to go from the dad to the daughter. Does that make sense, chat? Does that make sense? The coaches pick out their staffs. They decide who to fire and bring in. I promise you, Jim Harbaugh is not walking up to that daughter and saying, damn, I don't like this coach. Am I allowed to fire him? Am I allowed to do that? Jim Harbaugh was a Charger.
And this is where...
Jim Harbaugh was a Charger at one point in his career. He has ties to the program. They giving him the keys to the castle for a reason. It is at the end of the day, what happens with the Chargers is all going to have to do by the decision making of that new GM and Jim Harbaugh. All that law shit, all that courtroom nonsense that Random is trying to deflect y'all with, that has nothing to do.
Hold on.
Let
me combat this.
If you're not trying to deflect Random, it has nothing to do with how Herbert's going to perform.
Hold on.
All that shit has to do with sales and merchandise
football.
Please,
has nothing to do with the offensive line.
Hold on. Let me combat this. J-Rob and Bam, let me combat this. Obviously, I did not play D1 like J-Rob. But NAIA is different, especially when I went to a Christian school and every chance they took, they looked to get Jonathan Quinn out of there because he did not match the Christian foundation that they were looking for.
You just went to a bad school.
We were one of the best colleges. We were one of the best We're one of the best schools in the
He just said, did y'all hear what he just said? I went to a school that didn't value the religious values of the school.
Yes, it matters.
In the NFL. No, it
doesn't. Yes, it does. No,
it
can't matter to the NFL. This is what I'm saying.
Plain and simple, Chad.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Y'all can Google this. I went to Limestone University. We went 5-6 or like 6-5 my first year there. We was the first recruiting class. They fired Coach James out of nowhere. Then we got coach of he played with we got Jericho Cotcher and some dude that played with the Lions. I can't remember Coach Fury name or whatever. Anyway, we got him and instantly we go 8-3. Like you only hire you only swap out to get better.
Get better.
That sounds like some NAIA back league bullshit.
I'm trying to figure out how to.
Please let me say this and I'll be quiet. I'll say this, I'll be quiet. I'll take all the L's.
Hold on. Lonnie, I'm gonna let you rock and you're gonna go after it. But I'm gonna say this too, because this is another thing that's not an anomaly in sports. Do not let motherfuckers tell you shit that's not true. I've been a college football fan since I came out the womb. I've seen college program after college program after college program go from dog water 1 year to a fucking 10 wins, bowl game, championship team in one season. You literally watched TCU get flipped in a year from being a 2-win team to a playoff team as a contender for a championship, a national championship. In sports all the time. The reason why you get rid of the coach you had before is to get better, not to just do what you did the year before and then hope the year after you get better. That don't make sense. Lonnie,
no, this is my problem. Obviously, I did not play D1, so I cannot speak.
Stop bringing up D1. It has nothing
hold
to do with that.
Hold on. The reason why I'm fighting against this, hold on. The reason why I'm fighting against this is because I was there, J-Rob. I was literally there.
You said he got fired because, and nigga, you told us why he got fired. You said the school felt like he did not value their Christian beliefs or what they value at the school. No NFL team is in the business of the religious values of the player.
I am only talking about my experience.
It's literally against the law. It's literally against the law. It's literally against the law to fire somebody off of religion. It's literally against the law.
I can only tell you about what I experienced.
Wait,
I can only tell you about what I experienced. I can only tell you about what I experienced. There's a reason why after Jonathan left, they've never been the same.
Random, hold on, my nigga. Wait, time out, my nigga.
From that
school. My nigga, you're comparing. My nigga, you're random.
What are we talking about?
This nigga is comparing. He's crashing out. NAIA to NFL.
He's crashing out.
You're comparing a situation at an NAIA to the fucking NFL. Nigga, are you crazy?
Not only that, he's crashing out. He's crashing out right now about
a school not even the same,
that clearly hires based in the religious values of their schools. In the NFL,
the first year,
a lot of people don't know NAIA should have to sign this religious code of conduct.
It's illegal to do that.
When the Chargers don't make it the playoffs the first year, I'm gonna need apologies from all you motherfuckers.
Wait, hold on. Let me see it. J-Rob, I haven't seen it. Wait, hold on,
wait, Trey. All right, I'm going to go, but Trey, hold on. I want you to understand if the Chargers don't make the playoffs, yes, actually, Lonnie's supposed to go, but I'm going to right now. If the Chargers don't make the playoffs, my nigga, nobody's giving you an apology. What we're going to tell you is what I'm going to tell you is that they did not meet their expectations. They're on alert now. I'm not telling you random. You called it. They weren't going to make the playoffs because you know what you also told us, nigga? You said if they don't make the playoffs, it could still be a successful year. If they don't make the playoffs, I'm coming up here and telling you Jim Harbaugh, the pressure in year 2 is going to be much more substantial than it was in year 1. That's the difference. You're not getting no fucking apology.
Go ahead, Lonnie. My only problem is I'm sitting there telling y'all with how much cap hell. Obviously, I'm not. First of all, for the people saying I'm trying to compare my situation to the NFL, that's wrong. The situations are wholeheartedly different. The rules in NAIA are completely different. Especially when I'm watching 50% of my goddamn athletic fund go to a church that doesn't benefit athletics at all. But I'm letting y'all know what happened at my school. That's all I was telling y'all. That's all I was telling y'all. That's all I was telling y'all. But by the way, I just think it's. I'm sitting there saying, unless you're the creme de la creme.
Go ahead, Lonnie. Go ahead.
Unless you're the creme de la creme, I'm not expecting y'all to make the playoffs your first year. I'm really not.
Okay, so
go ahead.
Regardless, 2 years ago they were in the playoffs, and like because of coaching and bad QB play in the second half, they didn't progress in the playoffs. So now you have a Hall of Fame level coach with a QB with even more experience, and like with the lawsuit thing, that's not the lawsuit's not going to affect QB. The lawsuit's not going to affect Herbert in a 2-minute drill. The lawsuit's not going to affect Quentin Johnson learning how to catch a football. That's nothing. Like the lawsuit has nothing to do with the actual X's and O's of what happens in the game. That's what I'm saying. So like the expectations has nothing to do with what actually happens. I could say, Russell Wilson. The expectations that was to win the Super Bowl, but if he can't read a defense or he can't move in the pocket, that's nothing to do with that. What my expectations have nothing to do with that.
Cook,
can I just add one more thing?
Talk about a goddamn lawsuit.
Can I just add one thing? Mine is not going to be long. I just want to add one little thing because even though I had said like 30 minutes ago that I want to give him time. That's why I clarified whether or not it was Super Bowl for y'all or just winning the playoff. Because I was like, I don't think he's going to win a Super Bowl if he can't get his guys in. However, this is what I will say that will kind of dead all of that. Lawsuit or not, ownership or not, they didn't hire Jim Harbaugh to do the same thing Brandon Staley did.
Thank you.
Bingo.
Thank you.
They didn't hire Jim Harbaugh to do the same thing Brandon Staley did.
Hold on, G-Baby. Also, They made the playoffs with that bum ass nigga. They made the playoffs.
And also, too,
pick.
This is another ether. This is another ether. Jim Harbaugh won a national championship with a sanction pending for spying on plays and all.
Thank you.
And he still was able to get to a national championship and win. With all
Didn't he get suspended twice? Didn't he get suspended twice?
That mean that court bullshit don't matter. That mean it don't matter because at the end of the day, I'm here to execute on the field.
How many people
whether that woman wins the team or whether it goes back to me.
The Flakegate lawsuit didn't stop Brady from winning a chip the same year.
Harbaugh's goal is still the same.
Flakegate lawsuit started the goddamn NFC Championship game. What are we talking about?
Ironic?
This is the lawsuit happening right now.
And you know what's so ironic coming from this whole situation? Random was also with Riddell, with all that Riddell shit was talking about Herbert, talking about he's not that guy and this and that.
No, my problem with Herbert is that he can't win when it matters most.
You're not expecting to make the playoffs first year?
Riddell was calling Herbert not a top five.
Wait, Trent.
When it mattered most.
Wait, Trent, we got him right there. So if your problem is you don't think Herbert can get it done when it matters most, it doesn't matter whether or not the lawsuit is happening because you don't think he can do it regardless. You don't think he can do it regardless. So lawsuit or not, it doesn't matter because you don't think. You said before to see what happened.
I asked.
When did this lawsuit start? When did this lawsuit start?
All I asked was that I wanted to see Herbert win more when it mattered most. That's all I asked. I was not calling the goddamn dude a bum like goddamn Riddell was. I always called Herbert a top 5 quarterback. It's crazy when he mattered most. He wasn't winning when I wanted him to.
Okay, so you don't think Justin Herbert can get it done when matters most?
I wanted him to see it, but if he keeps not doing it, I have questions. What are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
So did you have those questions before the lawsuit started?
Yes.
So then what does the lawsuit change? So what does the lawsuit change about Justin Herbert's ability to win games when it matters most?
If a new owner comes into the team who's trying to sell it, they have different mindsets for the team than the guy before who was just trying to win playoff games.
Wait, but hold on.
So are you set? Go ahead, Jalen. Let Jalen go.
Just because somebody wants to sell the team doesn't necessarily mean they're not focused on winning. We understand winning increases the value of an organization. Them winning playoff games.
Oh, please, let's not sit here pretend like even
random. Wait, Random, I let you talk. Random, I let you talk.
Random, let him finish.
Random, I let you talk without interfering. Stop. Again, a winning team will increase the value. So just saying that the ownership wants to sell to a new owner doesn't take away the fact that they'll still be put in a position, to succeed and win. So it's that. I started the question.
Do you think they're gonna tank?
Hold on, exactly. They're not gonna tank. Hold on, wait. So who here thinks Justin Herbert's a top 5 quarterback? I don't know who here.
Let me ask y'all a quick question. Let me ask y'all a quick question before you answer Jalen's question. Whose team sells more, the Cardinals or the Chargers? Whose team
sells more?
What do you mean sells more?
Whose team is worth more, the Chargers or the Cardinals?
What does that have to do with anything?
Hold on.
I want
to just mean
anyway, Riddell. I'm gonna let you rock. It's definitely you. It's all you, Riddell.
It's all right. The same way y'all laughed at me when I told you Daniel Jones' contract was gonna set the
nobody laughed at you besides me. They can't. Nobody, bro. What are you saying?
I ain't gonna lie. Don't entertain that. I don't even. That take was not that deep that he's trying to make it seem.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I want y'all to know something, y'all. I want y'all to know something. Every owner in football is not Jerry Jones, my nigga.
Go ahead and laugh at me.
Every owner in football, my nigga.
I told y'all about Daniel Jones. Y'all didn't listen.
The problem is nobody up here is laughing at you, though. That's the thing. We all think what you're talking about makes absolutely no sense. We're not laughing at you. We actually found what you're saying to be a bit frustrating because it absolutely holds no merit in the stance that you're making.
You're trying to equate a contract.
And you're trying to equate a contract because you feel like you're going to be right. You're going to be right. No, again, who laughed at you? Tell me, who laughed? Who laughed up here at him? I think he's talking to the chat. I think
Trent goddamn laughed at me too because he said I was tripping. Meanwhile, he was trying to push his Daniel Jones top 10.
I'm not even talking about this Daniel Jones shit. He's talking about bullshit.
All right. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, chat. I want y'all to know right now, chat, because I'm gonna get this point up because we're not talking about Daniel Jones, and I don't know why this nigga talking about Daniel Jones and all that other shit. He's bringing up some bullshit. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. What I'm about to tell y'all is owners' jobs. As your owner, your job is the marketing and branding of your team. not what the players do on the field. That's why you hire coaches. That's why you hire a GM. That's why you have an analytics staff. That's why you have a training staff. So at the end of the day, I know Jerry Jones seems like the blueprint of the all in the videos, all in the front, and it is not. Because the reason why Robert Kraft has been the successful owner that Robert Kraft has been is because even at his own detriment, because he was really the only thing he ever pushed back on was about that motherfucker Tom Brady. And we all know why. That was it. But when it came to letting Bill Belichick do what he needs to do, what did Rob Kraft do? Sit back, go to the massage parlor, do his little vibes, and stay out the way. When you look at other owners, that's what they're supposed to do. Everybody is not Jerry Jones. And these whole points about, maybe this lawsuit has to do with whether or not they stay and it goes back to San Diego or stay in LA, but that has nothing to do with the expectations that Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert have laid out for that team. So you talking to us about you're going to laugh later about if they don't make the playoffs. We all think up here the Chargers not making the playoffs is a failure. You're the only one who thinks it's a success. So no, you're not going to be on some I told you so. We're going to really say you're tripping. And another thing is you keep bringing up the church situation. Nobody's diminishing your experience. That was your experience in college. But to compare a school that is based in religion, that values their religion, that hires people.
You have to sign a religious contract before you go to NAIA schools, y'all. Like they make you sign a religious contract that you got to attend a week worth of.
You have to follow the rules.
Me and J-Rob didn't have to go through that shit. Well, you sign your national letter of intent, nigga, and bro, you at camp, nigga. Fuck all that church.
This is not BYU. You don't have those requirements. You don't have those requirements. So at the end of the day, and in the NFL now, if they were hiring based off religious values, it would be fucking illegal in today's climate.
Yeah, I was going to say you can't do that. Literally, even if you get a job at McDonald's, they literally say we do not hire based off religious.
No. G baby, with NAIA schools though, with NAIA schools, you sign.
No, I'm saying in the NFL. I'm saying in the NFL. I'm saying in the NFL.
First. Hold on. I'm not even trying to be combative to what J-Rob is saying right now. In order for me to go to Mid-America Nazarene University, I had to sign a letter of intent saying I had to go to chapel. And if I didn't go to chapel, I had. Hold on. I'm just saying.
That's Edwards to the Chargers, by the way.
Hold on. I'm just adding context to what I went through. It's not the same for everybody else. Was it J-Rob went D1? Bama went D2? In order for me to go to school, I had to sign that. So I'm not attacking with everybody else. I'm just telling you what I went through.
But what I'm saying is that you're using that to correlate it to NFL situations. And
I'm not trying to do that. All I'm telling you is how I feel. That's all I'm telling you was I mean, bro, okay, but I ain't gonna lie. A new coach quarterback conversation, at least a year to figure it out.
See, now I gotta sound like an asshole because it's not therapy, my nigga. We're talking about.
I'm not saying that. I'm not even about therapy.
You talking about your experience, and you're saying your experience has nothing to do with the NFL. So what are we talking about it for? We thought you brought it up to correlate it to your point, and now that you're telling us, now that we're telling you that shit don't correlate, now you're saying you're just talking about your experience. So what was you bringing it up for? If they don't have nothing to do with what he's talking about, why even bring it up? That don't even make no sense now. Now you talking to us in circles. We talking circles. Riddell. All right, we got Riddell.
I'm just going to try to say this as quickly as I can.
Let Riddell go.
Random. All right. So let's be very clear to kind of add some context with Jim Harbaugh. The whole first-year head coach in that situation, we know what Jim Harbaugh did on the 49ers, right? We all know this. And before Jim Harbaugh, the 49ers were mid to bad. Just to be clear, Harbaugh's first year on the 49ers, they went 13-3, and they were a high seed, and they were a playoff contender immediately. Jim Harbaugh's first year as a head coach on the 49ers. So he actually has a track record from changing a 6-10 team to a 13-3 team with the 49ers. So
what was the Chargers record? What was the Chargers record?
Okay. Yeah, but the only reason why they were as bad last year is because Herbert got injured. If Herbert didn't get injured, they would have had a better record. So to expect that Harbaugh, who's already done this, Harbaugh, who is an elite coach, Herbert, who's an elite quarterback, to expect him not to do it again with this situation is ridiculous.
Riddell, to your
He
point,
also went 12-4
real quick, Riddell. So if Herbert didn't get injured, they would have won a few more games. But also, if we look back, if Quentin Johnson caught a few passes, that's another game That's another game or two.
The only reason I'm
Hey,
not
low-key could have won like
I'm not tripping off
9-10 games last year.
Is because he essentially could have like a Dwayne Bowe career, right? It possibly is something with. I try to tell folks this. Dwayne Bowe brought up a valid point, and I tell people this with forward tracking, bro. That little solid stripe not being on the ball no more. That shit is a big difference. Even Jamar Chase even talked about that. Granted, he figured it out in training camp, but everybody is not as gifted as Jamar Chase. Like, that's a real big issue for a lot of receivers going from college to the NFL, is not being able to track the ball using that little stripe, because once you complete so many hours in it, what the stripe does for you, I'll just let y'all know what that little stripe does for you. If the stripe is spinning real fast, that means the ball is going to finish long. If the stripe is spinning slow, that means the ball is going to finish short. So when it comes to tracking with DBs draped on you, now that's one less thing I can worry about, because I can just track the ball real quick. Oh, it's falling short. I do this. NFL, you really got to lock in on that ball the whole time. It's no stripe, my nigga. So you really got to lock in. That's why I'm not really just going to throw Quentin Johnson to the side, because he essentially could fix that. Like, maybe it just took him a little bit longer than the most, because like I said, Dwayne Bowe, it took him a whole year to do it. It even took Tony Gonzalez 3 years to figure out how to catch the ball.
Bro,
so it's like,
but the reason why this conversation
and I'm not saying he's gonna be the best receiver in the league. I'm just talking about to look a lot better than what he looked like. The reason why this
conversation is so dumb in the first place, even again, they made the playoffs with Brandon Staley there. They literally made the playoffs with him. So to say that you're not kind of expecting them not making the playoffs the first season Harbaugh is there, and also with Jesse Minton, because Jesse Minton's a way better DC coach than Brandon Staley, that shit is ass backwards. It doesn't make sense. If anything, we should expect the Chargers to have 12 wins, 11 wins. Like, we should expect, like, all Justin Herbert needs is a solid defense. They're gonna win like 10 games. Like, solid. Don't let the Chargers get a great defense. They might fuck around and win the division. Like, don't let that happen. So the fact that we having these conversations, shit is dumb, bro.
I'm willing to be one of the few who looks the other way, and it's fine. I'll at least give a new quarterback, head coach combo at least a year to figure it out. Then
hold on. Let me ask you this, random, and be dead ass with me. Say you take Justin Herbert out and we put a nigga like Josh Allen in this situation? Are you saying the same thing?
Yes. I'm always willing to give
you saying the same thing about Lamar Jackson?
Yes. I'm always once again, I'm always willing to give a new head coach quarterback combo at least a year to figure it out.
Random, I got a legit question.
If that makes me wrong, then I'll be wrong.
Random, what we just said while J-Rob was walking out, they didn't put anything more into perspective. Like, they could have won around 9 or 10 if Herbert didn't get hurt. If Quentin Johnson catches those balls, they're like a 9-10 win team this year. And now you're adding a Hall of Fame
I'm not going to
coach.
say what if when he didn't do it.
Okay, hold on.
Random, I got a question. Hold on. I got a question for you. In the first year of the Buccaneers, with
you're
Tom
bugging,
Brady,
Random. Those are visually missed opportunities.
What was your expectations for the Buccaneers? Tom Brady's first year with Bruce Arians.
Maybe they could win a playoff game. I wasn't saying they would
You're
win
not
a
dead
Super Bowl.
You're not dead ass.
No. Okay, wait. This is where I need to chime in.
Hold on.
There's no way you're telling me Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Tom Brady, they signed Lenny
For
Fournette,
you to
they
think they're
brought
going to
AP
win
and Gronk over there. There's no way you're telling me.
This is how I work. Hold on. This is how I work. I look at what NFL history has done. If somebody else had done it, maybe I'd have better expectations.
Well, okay, hold on.
That
This is
team
why your
was
logic
ridiculously
is
stacked. That was more than a one.
Let me know when I can talk.
This is why your logic is cooked. If you look at history, i.e. the 2022 season, Brandon Staley and the Los Angeles Chargers won 10 games. They made the playoffs.
Won 10
games with that dumbass.
That's 2 years after Tom Brady won as a new, first things first. Tell me
we're talking about Justin Herbert.
I'll look it up. I can do it. I know what you're about to ask.
The Chargers went 10-7 with Justin Herbert and Brandon Staley as their head coach. So are you telling me they're switching, getting a better coach, a better DC, and they're not making the playoffs in year one with that crew? It's crazy. That doesn't make sense. They made the playoffs with Brandon Staley. Brandon Staley, we all know, sucked. They made the playoffs because of Justin Herbert. And you're going to bring in a way better coach than Brandon Staley, and you tell me their first year together, they're not going to make it?
This is
how many games did Herbert miss this year?
This is what I'm trying to say. I was, first of all, every one of y'all know how much I hold Brady in my high regard. Brady was one of the reasons I learned how to speak English, let alone how to win playoff games. But even I was like, in his first year with the Tampa Bay Bucks, I wasn't expecting him to win a Super Bowl in his first year. I'm always going to give at least a new head coach and quarterback combo at least a year to win the ultimate prize in professional football. More than that. So in year 2, I probably have more expectations than a lot of you, because I'm like, I expect y'all to be in contention. But that first year is not just you're bringing in new players, new staff. The continuity has to be different. It's all different. So I'm not sitting here saying they got to win a playoff game in year 1, because I understand how much it is as somebody who went through a whole new coaching staff.
Can you correct me? Can you correct me if I'm wrong? And they're running back. Can you correct me if I'm wrong? So I decided to look it up. Did Doug Peterson make the playoffs for Jacksonville his first year there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Did Brian Daboll make the playoffs his first year?
Yes. Memory like
okay. Wait. Hold on. Hey. Did Mike McDaniel make the playoffs his first year?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Todd Bowles made the
yes.
Hey.
Hold on, G-Baby, hold on.
Made the playoffs his first year.
Hold on. No. You can throw your names at me. Hold on, you can throw your names at me. You can throw your names at me all you want. Did Bill Belichick make his first year with the Patriots his first year? Did he make the playoffs?
Did he have a Justin Herbert?
No. He had Drew Bledsoe. I don't want to hear it.
I'll answer the question. Wait.
He had Drew Bledsoe.
I'll answer your question. I'll answer your question.
Did he make the playoffs with Drew Bledsoe?
Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. But even if the answer is okay, fine. So since the answer is no, since the answer is no, that's still against your point, because you said if I've seen coaches. No. Wait. Because you said your point, and which is why I went and looked it up. You said, because Trent asked you of coaches in their first year, you were like, well, if I see a history of the NFL, if I see there's a history of it, then yeah, maybe. I just gave you recent history. That's the past 2 years. Doug Peterson, Brian Daboll, Mike McDaniels. That's the past 2 years. That's recent. I didn't even go back all the way to the 2000s and 2010s. I'm sure I can find something.
It'll be
wait. Jim Harbaugh, his first year in San Francisco made the playoffs.
Okay,
his first year.
And a 13-3
with a worse quarterback, mind you, with Alex Smith, mind you.
Once again.
He had to wait till he got hurt and moved away from a scrambler.
Let me know when I can talk.
Packers,
let me know I can talk.
Buccaneers,
once again,
Texans.
Did Mike Coleman make his first?
Kevin
O'Connell. Let me know when I can talk. Just let me know when I can talk.
We just giving you.
Honestly, bro.
Did Sean McVay make the playoffs?
I don't really want to.
Did Bill Walsh make his first? Did Bill Walsh make?
We got super chats. Please, guys, stop cutting me off.
I'm not trying, but they're actually they're
relax. I just said stop cutting me off. This nigga still
if you was cooking something a little bit better.
I just said, but I just want to read the super chats. Yep. You don't have to explain yourself, bro. Like these niggas read these shits.
Jamal, no Bill Belichick, and we still being cheap.
Y'all might get T.
Justin
Daniel
Jefferson
Mason.
to the Chargers. You heard it first here. Daniel Mason. You want to take this next one? You can take this one.
Go ahead. Let's go, boys. Saquon to Philly. Almighty Lambo with the $10. Appreciate you, player.
Siege, appreciate you, Lamb Chop. No cap Prince. I got the Browns going all the way. I mean, Deshaun Watson resurgence, definitely possible. Shout out to our guy, Grant, member for 8 months. I just want the record to show I called Russell Wilson move to Pittsburgh. I have the receipts to show for W Press Box and the panel. Keep up the good work. Appreciate that, my brother. Huncho, my dog Huncho. Nick Casario is still sleeping, I guess.
I don't think he needs to do that much. That Texans team is pretty good when you look at it.
Oh, he's the GM?
Yeah, he's a GM.
But they have the third most cap space in the NFL. They can make moves.
They can make moves, but when you look at what they have, they're a pretty good team. Should they go get Tee Higgins or at least try?
No.
Absolutely.
They need to get Derrick Henry because they lost Devin Singletary. That's what
I understand, but they have cap space to get impact pieces.
I wanted them to go get Wilkins, but it didn't work out.
They got Damian Pierce.
Oh, you missed one, J-Rob. Y'all call that Chargers D trash all year, so who cares if they get rid of them? Herbert got his contract without a fight, but with other QBs, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Listen, man, you got to win games when it matters. Hey, y'all, I do want to say something before we go because we are 37 minutes past our time. I do want to say this before we close the show. Hey, chat, I appreciate y'all because I don't know if the fellas have peeped this, but over the last few weeks, we've been going from kind of like 150 to 200 consistently. Today, we was at 300 at one point for a really good majority of the show. So I just want to say to the fans that's watching us on TikTok, the clips, I mean, we're almost at episode 50. So clearly, like, we are definitely working. So I want to say, first of all, to my panelists, all y'all, I appreciate y'all for the work that y'all put in. And I appreciate the chat for y'all locking in with us. I know some of y'all not even basketball people. I mean, football people, y'all basketball guys that just coming to rock with us. So those people, thank you. People coming from TikTok and the people who've been here since episode 1, we appreciate all of y'all. And shit, the more we grow, shit, maybe we might get on prime time, man. You know, I would love, we getting to 300 at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Some of y'all are at work, coming home and just rocking with us while y'all doing y'all thing at y'all job. So that means a lot. Hopefully, maybe eventually we can catch y'all coming off work and maybe there's some more people that we missing. So thank y'all so much. We appreciate that. I just wanted to give the chat a much needed shout out. And Drink More Water just in the super chat. I know we are just getting started, but who are some very early winners and losers? I think Minnesota and Green Bay are simmered while Miami and Houston are losing. I got to see more of free agency. I think Wednesday
the Giants are the biggest losers in my
I think
opinion.
Wednesday we'll be able to really react too much.
Let me say this,
We'll react more on Wednesday. Go ahead, bro.
Let me say this. Yeah. Oh yeah. What's the name? Shit. Talking about Wednesday. PCX Raw Room. My nigga Jalen Collins gonna pull up on Wednesday. So we gonna have that on Wednesday. So you can make sure I tap in that. Everybody that knows the Raw Room, tap in with Jalen Collins, Darren Bates, and guys over there.
Some of the best goddamn sports podcasting on fucking
internet
on the internet.
Let's maximize Jalen while he's here. I know we want to get our takes off. I know we feisty as a group, but let's utilize this moment to the best of our abilities, fellas. Let's make sure we chop it up with Jalen. Let's not cut him off and all of that. When it's us, we get into our
random.
Shit.
Your ass don't crash out. Nigga,
let's not crash out. Because I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna set the tone. I'm gonna just set one tone right now.
I want him to look at my eye. I gotta look at. I'm gonna set the tone right now.
Random, we're not getting no rankings. We might not get no rankings this week.
No, I've been drinking water the whole time and some lemonade.
Be drinking water, nigga.
No, Bama. The only reason I fought against y'all today was because of what I personally went through. I've been drinking lemonade and water today.
Good.
Because of what I went through. Good. That's why I was able to fight against y'all as much as I did today, because of what I personally went through. Obviously, I did not go through what you went through, J-Rob, or what you went through, Bama, or anybody else. I can just tell you what I went through. That's why I was willing to fight against y'all the way I did. But with Jalen Collins coming in the Raw Room, that's different. I can only imagine what D1 life was like. I can only imagine it. So if I got a question about D1 life, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know. I'm going to ask J-Rob. I'm going to ask Jay. I'm going to ask Trent. I'm going to ask everybody else who know. That's all I can ask. And hopefully y'all understand, I don't talk about, when I talk about things happening, I can only talk about from what I experienced. Maybe my experience at Mid-American Nazarene was different than everybody else. But I can tell y'all right now, and I'll tell y'all off live stream about what the hell happened, because that shit was crazy about what happened.
No, I definitely understand, but I just want to make sure we get some good content. Grant, we'll definitely get back to the rank. We'll definitely get back to the rank.
I have no idea about what D1 life is like. I have no idea.
Listen, Grant. We got a different standard up here. You know, JD BRC. You know, I kind of decide what happened. Me and Ben will decide what time ranks is doing. All right. Right now, it's off season. We chopping it up. The ranks gonna come back. We're gonna have that. Don't worry. Right now, Champ is handling his title reign, but you know, we collabing, yo. We growing, chat. The ranks gonna definitely be here. You know, you can't always,
Grant, what you need to worry about is an open field ranking.
Field facts, bro. Like, you want us to give you a trophy because you picked Pittsburgh over Russell Wilson when the story came out that there was an interest right before you said that.
Exactly. And you lost my nigga DaVinci.
And I cooked his ass, Trent. You was there when I did it. What was talking about?
Wait, hold on. Time out. Wait, hold on. Random. Are you trying to get loud because you cooked DaVinci?
No. I just said no. The only reason I'm getting a little loud is because J-Rob threw me in that hole when I wasn't prepared, and I still walked out there.
Well, because you embarrassed us that day against Ooze.
Exactly, and that's why I've been looking for Ooze ever since. And I've been looking for Ooze ever since because I got to get my get back on him.
Hey, it's $10
we love y'all. It's $10 Tuesday tomorrow. Make sure I put $10 Tuesday.
Also, J Rob.
Lonnie.
Also, Tuesday on BSS where we're having the man,
The legend.
Let's
The
go.
legend.
Yeah, anime uproar
on
Tuesday. We're gonna be starting a little bit early. We're gonna do 7 p.m. EST. So you know he's one of the biggest YouTubers in anime. So yeah, definitely pull up for that. It's gonna be a good
When I
time.
was young, y'all, when I was in high school, middle school, this was my Mr. Beast, y'all. Like this
Anime?
was my.
Yeah,
when I
we
was
also doing it. We also doing the
uproar.
villain draft, so we know we gotta get nasty. We gotta get in our bag. We gotta get in our
Man,
bag.
this is a-
So we
a
be on
real
The
things.
one motherfucker that chooses Shao Tucker, I'm fighting his ass. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, this is
one
definitely
motherfucker that
a
puts Shao
legendary
Tucker-
video. So make sure I pull
Riddell,
up.
you better not choose his ass because I'm fighting you.
Oh, and
I'll fly
RIP
out.